bi na hawa dwena ni nyina no nya bi ebetumi aboa ana fe ruta live no so nia eno ebetumi aboa ene se wutie me na no pe na obu ono ma moja ni ntimi ne afusane ewo ni peduam tene nan ne nsa no wa na ye titiriti wo se ananse acheme obu okro na ntene mpaboa rokra wonte eno no unya ruta live ni bia eno na eboa edi se adwuma ni nyina enso edi am adrai wa adwama so aman ana so man mu de bia be fa bia wo de pharmacy udu azo peruta no no 0242662220 na fe wadi nkomo enwema be kama Natural Company Limited omo de emema prostate na ana ye bon de rode ma se prostate na wonhia o be ma o prostate no ase o de won shada mfa sa na ebon kai won ante kakra bi ko be 5 minutes abadwonso ye teka mu konka ye du ajoso ye du konongo ye du chale be bia ye be du be 30 minutes de na ye driver madwonso ba no sa ha dwen ye pa prostate no ana problem abamunya prostate ni bi na onoma o ebema prostate na ho den no enso abane da damu adiama ana for true man capsules bema obeso ye true man ewon pem we bema kan bema stronko na we adwuma bon kache ewon pem emion se wo bema wadro no e true man erection afi ni ya premature ejaculation nyina no eno be ko na afi Congo ointment no na ya honamani ensa na ha rashes bi ana egu a wunya Congo ni bia eno ebetimi aboa drum we adwama so 0249017101 na afi wadu nkoma ye komi dimafo na ye ne doctor time da so enso atwe nkoma na rope na doctor de se emera no bobo nkum boni fanie ya de ben na ha wo de tu tese 1990 sa onam ana onam awo bana wo ko ne ya ju sikadi ye be wie ya de enso na nko stroke anasem bia eye sisie ane ya yo bia wo problem what de makaka ze chroma no awo pa de emze ebe mfie dunie no aware na awo ma eye doctor ana abehunu na doctor no mo dra na wasacho stars what ya say stars awbeji ama we enso natimi abanchi dok de wono na ya gina tum o mai mabua kwa agogo school junction wa make say our crown so poko asemayira 0244774282 na wadu nkomo na tabia no ya watabia takum hono ma emema nyina adem ze takum ne yasom no what ya say because takum no said you obema mai enso abo abodi awompem awahwaw asaw mrane abra wonyo ahene ntino enu ntini yasom ene takum no we oye di no eboaye pa e ma atenka no ekosre ma no edibi mane ye oba oni atenka oba oni atenka obo ma chi ni adistil na wono anti feeling bia no de ma na drebi na ontafre odiwia na abon se ne difference no nso ebesi akọ ede afa unya heba mistade bi nso oba okwa fiche wote yawo anafe malaria bi ha waduna tabia ba mistade eno na ebo tabia ba capsules ne de eno no sisie no no wontimi nwan usisini yebu okotoa a problem otenase problem wadro no tabia ba capsules no ana make come for day ama 0243686861 unya bia eno ebetimi aboa 3p garlic mixture duninie na we ana make come for say ya kase 3p a garlic dropa on say garlic na manfo ta complain say obu a odi ana agina num to on tampe kra nemum garlic we na ye dia drone dia onoma enyiwanum nti wo mo mpa garlic kra no adrei ensom ayedem wo mo a wo ma gene anso aboso wa high blood pressure ha wadwo obi wa yakesem obese ne sote ana afro bi nso on nan ene ne nse tire titiriti stroke ana ebon kaye obi a wanya stroke ni bi dada nso no moma no 3p garlic mixture na onum obetimi ensom na gina na so amanu amakoye edem adrei ewa adwama so otobia shanan so zani tinum na yakoko garlic adan ana bottle ne glass numbers no 0248928824 na wadu nkomo enuama no ebekoye enso adiama na immunity de said ya kantankan herbal pharmaceuticals womaya research ede adroya ba edem se wonum bia no apebia nom na eboa pa mo am ye adwuma den pa se we ye adwuma ogya ho ye mame nom mo am to nuane anafo we ye adwuma wa wiem mo am te market em se wo betena ma akobi se no nsia bebo anwumre awia be hyewa wo sori na akofia na me haya me ya me kotodwe me sisi bo emulate ne bi onoma ebesa mo ahwanten foforo boost immune system na fe ya de bia wa ye chese ana obi ade bio complain say me yare immune system ya mra eno na de bia wo ya de na mom say eno immune system no ya de say de wo boy immunity ni bia hoden no kra no eye sonko ademantia no ahye no so ave amame currency ventures Zara Mr. Nini G capsule draw efri tete na Ghana for ajatum woman no amana boa wo mu ye na utie me na pay embi agonoi wanya nem yare asase flex ana se enuama eyenam ya wo discharge yellowish be free ase oba bai unkomo yiso obi tagugu ya na nkakakra enso ewo ma wadro pa ana me de ema ceramic Nini G no de anum nimye no enso ebom enu ano no na man capsules ne de mema adro sronko we me fani chidom hene me wane na bob bia ti dom ewon pem ema bema ejo salute oti ase enti ana wa pebi na afi wanom na afi hindi no nso dia ne said diabetes no eyi every obi o high blood pressure enso ha wadwena wunya bia eno nso na betimi aboa ana afi malaria ni nyina no eno nso ewo mu se unum bia eno eboa 0246348334 na wadu nkomo Semensa Bar Clinic hona mi wie na yakwa amana na no pe na Semensa se men kan tro se ade na guma odo obu a wo tie me na no pe yade na ye ulcer ana ha wadwaduane to ye ma onti jai kra obu a typhoid di ana ha na dwobu wa na poso sasabroi ana sciatic efini to ase wo eko ahyehye no etwe no stroke a wanya no bra nemo awo ho asem a oba de se bema de so oba doctor semomra na ye mfiri ye betwa scan ye be ready efiri no na ya momadro ye body and therapies na ebiti se massage and physiotherapy no ye bi wo yaso ye wa sokore mampon ye ne sokore mampon rural bank and the hwe Mondays to Friday about 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. ye adwuma den enya asem to 0240826995 na fe on Semensa Bar Clinic empany form adin komana no pe naija wakwa akwaje wayarehwe fancy
okay wo me da say yemra me hwe yen question of the day Amuzu P Herbal Mr. Daroma na mandano pe ye hwe your question of the day no na ya simple as ABC Amuzu P de makacho say infection adro no eho ana abenya no ana chese why infected so your ba we bema na wonya gonorrhea wonya syphilis candida ana say candidiasis why nsuo bi etafru bema na mu ba na say wo hwe na bia wo ba na nsuo tai gu rough and came from ubano am say enye woni nye ho abomode an say obekwa akopɛ Amuzu adro no bi enso atona o say yemza say sawona ye Thomas Tuchel Emma England national team na when ana be start no number 10 row no Morgan Rogers and Jude Bellingham choose one to start for England. Rogers and I say Jude emuhwan and I say we Tuchel was starting no cabo.
Well, Maxwell Kobe Good, as is your boy Chris Watson, watching the show live from Mantama Fancy was a Jude all the way to Okodiyama Jude and our friend so Frederick Niakon was a Rogers on any day and also actual Aaron Autry as a Jude our mentality pa and afi you can say Rogers so our form into another day our started Jude and afi ahead of Rogers and no Ayedwade Aba attack Charles as a Jude on any day more fire and also natural day amaye when so Emmanuel Petit and what way ade about Jude on any day and no and so actual way Isaac Atinga a message was Rogers Morgan and what call a day amane no Atinga messenger on also actual Assault Prince and so treasure Jude with more fire and no ave Abba Brahim Diaz always Jude Bellingham and also call Gregory Animal and so say Jude and no call de amananaya and casket or treasure Jude because of his leadership mentality and unti and will call a day amananopi.
Whoa, me I say now we man penny Talibo West or say Jude all the way and or then message and also the buyer of Fred Charles and so say we start Jude and I feel in Carlton so say was started Jude Abubakar Malik say say I was so started Jude and Abdul Rashid one also come Jude Lawrence Donko I say I was a Jude started and an Kusu Quadro Crim says when Jude Bellingham Rogers all the way Agbo Seth and so say Jude and I know our experience in Nintendo I was a Jude mom and so I started my England and national team our brand and a messenger one also at the by YouTube for no Mama Shabu bear 40 seconds Benny and Comra Nana Brookings say Jude all the way Federico Valverde say Jude and also started Kobina Christian and so say Kobina Christian and also say Rogers on and also started and I also bad boy Katongo say I was say Jude and some starters and say on the disappointed afei when so Wisdom Hammond say Jude and also started Chesanu so kakre frio at the Bayamfa Cody Emma and Young because 24 hours na boy Emma weekend kama pa anti Betway where you are 320 hours World Cup yeni agro BW5B 2ED BC2 okay and here 320 hours BW5B 34A 696 and here 10 BW5B 34A A93 8 hours BW5B 34B 020 I 7 and a last but not the least good BW5B 34B 30F T and so I don't know
see
okay
see Monfaka bet responsibly man fa ko masika nkotwa
okay
and a school fees so enka nemu kakra bi ade beto achi ne de ndie fatu achi na echina se same na osre because 24 hours na no so drop here na say eguso ayekwa ti kakanka dankada mu odin but still na o say we league no but Enchanchen no
it's me for 24 hours wa bra matches papa bi an shede no de ana say
Enchanchen mo
World Cup nso de no mo a kwan bi aso ena etwada
sure
ti yan ritual intimi nkonya ho ye the radio say for another brand new Monday
fancy
Chairman say fancy your stubborn
sponsor there no any fancy
Chairman
fancy you strong
yeah that's so you be nyina time we share because now what's your na chi kakra
abada bi amhwemo adwuma ne koso sa mehwe aye sports e wo Ghana there I can confidently confirm say aye Wontumi sports no and na ye number 1 just say aye star bi and abode bo
that's right
na atapuku baby o bia on samra so otomwa
bia bishop e wo bia
bishop wo bia on samra
adwuma sisi
on samra adwuma
na so on tuka okay ti hwama me say bishop atuka awo
atomwa ba na vini ekizizo akasa
oh nice
many ekizizo akasa okay just say adwuma no Wontumi sports ebeguso ayekese na be kese ya na ho anso no obi atie abrochire me wo ho ne ade ya yi nyina ahwa na obi a no etie mo ye kese mo ye tough eno ti no me be sorry anopa na Wontumi me tie Wontumi sports bibie no ha meye what I say I one just say point nko anti no ena maba your lunch and so you ever have.
Oh, chairman, that's all.
Chairman, I crash at some cook.
Chairman said to you, I tell you, what chairman and I let them the massa where Yagani. Whenever only take it your own buffalo. Only take it your own buffalo. Chairman, that's so because them say, time on common starters, of course, none of my Yinka Crab, chairman, well, oh, my God. I was not talk with you more. And more the other for Perudo. More for Perudo. Or the Bema said triple. I thought we could be Suko. Hey, chairman, I mean, Yabba so dear, and I've been coming said there, and some of the more Kotokomudian Dina and your mail course were Ghana League. Now I'm on person of discovery, chairman, league, Mumway. I Kotoko dear, meaning say. Mamini can chas Santamai, Namin chas Santamai, you ra yekene, or 2 4 said to a baby as Antokotoko hene. Our yas Santamai ra, Nemquaso, or no answer so, and that Kotokoso so any dear. Nasisiano, and number MPP in Tino. I had a drew baby at Namma Somono. Yasumu or Quambi Bresso, and the idea. By minim say, maybe Baba, Kotokochema de Medibi. Hey. Yeah, minimum same be medibi. Wow. Yes. Now, semi disuswa. Me the gaga yesem. Sikade patapa. Me the befum. Ama timuno. Abba. Back. Said you na bra na Herbert Mensa was so ye you know. Herbert was so ye you know. Sabre ni iswa. Asafo. Yehu bi. Enti meka ni nyina de abomu de hye aka ho a. What you say? Baby akotoko kakudro no. Obia no behu no. But said ye Yesu ka kire Mary say memre nso ye no. Enu bi na ne me ka kire say memre nso. Because adwuma bi e de be ma obia na wo say wutime yere wo ho. Na wutime ye na wo ye ni ye soso. E san say ye pese ye boa MPP na 2028. Yes power nintino and never be brave or menka. Name of some buy a idea. I will be the first a friend say club chairman to say Moruno cry be a meeting than about no about coachy a year Kotoko. Yes, made the international coach and I'm the never so me do so I didn't make us a meditation nega guy. What I say now made the players I can see and so omo bobo to say Real Madrid mo any Man U mo Man City mo any Arsenal mo any Chelsea mo no so no ye di bi so beba aba befra na the ugly for top players $4 million. This is what we 3 million euros sika na nya kokra na wo Ghana na wo the money nya ho na wo aye ha na wo aye Ghana ane ye wo. What you say? And to play a beer or buy a beer or buy a year. If you are member at ceremony or a brochure crow, need be sad. Oh, and you gotcha. If you have my casa memo matrim, casa memo matrim, a brochure crow, yabi. Yes. Chairman's what a guy, yes, some patapana sika, and a sika so come. I just some come. Na my face. Oh, Charlie. Hi, Mr. Gig away. I make a was a winner. A Bessie. Wow, Mr. Giggy, my can won't to me. Missy, Bessie. Oh, coffee. Mr. Your best sum you ran there, Santa Mai. Was it the Biera Casse? Ni bibia no korokona de bia se e ma no tipaye what ska bia mo bibia o pompirum so de bi otie bia tie no say me a businessman also obia na ba otie say normally no odi animonyam kese na eba aye yi na sanse kotokono so so eburu individuals nti no se oba na so wanhwe ne ye pa wo kwa wanhwe ne ya na odi anugu ase ekọ. What I say, Abrabia, and the answer, Mebasa Mebabegiano. What I say, I will do a lot of research and I will make sure
I will make sure say me ba me de animonyam na beba me konso me de animonyam na beko.
Hey. Ebi mu fu say bia chairman kan sa akwa.
Oh, me say said the Elon Musk de patapani ayesam ebo Donald Trump ho no. Me say patapani ayesam na bi na me say be de ba be bokotoko ho e de asum yewura ene kotoko e fo mo wo the whole Ghana nyara.
Wow. Wow.
Oh ya kaso ebe ye. Busha patapo gba bia wo bia de sabra.
Busha we dem say carry no chairman say ya sabra. The bia wo bia chairman say enka sabra.
E dey say me say mama o mabo player bia o peso o mo boni din bia. Na me kra de kade e be ye me fepa ne say Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, Vinicius Junior mo ba retire.
Yentuma the fans are Wontumi sports by Tamono. Yaribin so by Emma Watesa and Ukraine for gamer. Woman some other Denmark Campo Arches way. A international a friendly match Arches and a personal. Yabosa player fans are Ericsson some Asa Kotashio. Now make a more than a manano person Yamenkua because Emwano. Now I was sending teammate and Omwa. Woman so ball and so the matches for me. I fans says Ukraine. Omunano. Now I was so much. Shana, you said your brand situation, and some other Siakona latest. Mimi Yana said, Jintia, I'm the Bino Konya, Yakana hospital, essence, woman Passambia, and what you do, and some other say, woman would the entire pacemaker, artist, I know, I share Aquanana Kumao, and on 6 years ago, ever seen that, Yakasa Sabakaya, she was 2020, almost first game, and of course, Okashe, the Akanino, and some history, Emma, woman, some other Safri Ketwano, Ashana Kuma, Safri, and Ababia, Abamonita, who's a Kumano, and some Boye, and Asa Kume, and some Moye, Emma, Sani Marino, and also Cosu to wait, and I Yakob back, and just a Kudan situation, and some Adama, 2020, and only will be a fan one canoe, and I just a Messina Yakaseno, one some other press maker, Eliasha Erison, Akuma Wama, Chasenwa, Yamin Kwana Bobby, and just Antabian Canope. Ya can as a move for archers a match of the crowd here. Woman Jai Bona, also hospital, make a choice, and team doctor say, boy, no, some okay, another pay. Yababa room our studios and our latest BM, and also somebody say, Denmark, team doctor, you found some more 10%. We run on, I say, you want to just say, Ericsson, Cratton, and in Amachas, Ericsson, and some other come on, Amachas, Ericsson, I can't try to say, one can Amachas. We are singing, and some to say what to be. I say, one message is some of the bar among pipe ball, and I just am a support. I'm a money, you know, one of some appreciate your pantina, one of my doctor or some cra, and I yes, some cross to the Edmoa, who come to the bus work coming on Sakotano, and some I have very okay Akotano, and some I have fine ever bra, one of some Amanitana Kakrasan and Po, so doctors and about discharging, one of some discharging Amano. No, and some Emma common, you know, yet Emma, yet for another pie, and some our sonos and what Mamma, not balance, because Mano Casino, when I'm said Dominion, Sam. Netherlands aye teama ayare se coach no Coleman enie na Ronald Coleman also team no couple so be sha wo bia bo friendly match bako na wa bom yenu also be my body a chain aye Black Stars into ye jena na nka bia initial di kaba se bia Jamaica bi eba anya masuna no wote asaba to Jano Pesa na nka Black Stars again awasem ye ne Honduras abone nyina no eno so be binti anya masuna ya tene nyina no Sante Eban said Netherlands at Mino, one some about two final game. Now two final game and another cross and another trino, one body at Uzbekistan. Now game Netherlands Uzbekistan, I am Malta, Metasan Amabon in Plenu, not just Amabon twice, twice, one bar,
yeso mesabo biam ni nyina no yese manager na be say o 26 players no wo bia nso anya bi bo ensan say obeye first 11 eni bia sub 5 ana say bia sub 3 na ekobam say bia bibi kwakosi a wo mo mantanya bia mo no o se de wo so obesia yiso o mutidi amensan kan nyina no enso say na wo mo game against Uzbekistan no yese ayo 2 games and Netherlands no wo mo so ane o mine ababo ama chese Coleman and our request say we be send 26 players ni nyina no we try emo bia some anya body people and no aye send Netherlands and come no and some aba free Sherlock mami picture bi na so my training grounds ama chese no shamenem na menem wono also say you have a major tournament yana be won my potential ya kodwi abrofi no my facility no real quick na wo my in come up ha no aye ba bia Jamaican kan say Switzerland ana omonso abe yo mo training no na Switzerland omo training na ba bia omonso be no onim say mete say yes ha awon ko na em say awon no mo fanya hwe no omo a wo mo so atai kosa area mo no yes wonya no fo kwa no say bia owo eka ba kubi na bia me no bi na cheso afa ho de on say o ma twere aya ba bi snake area na chesam sa ho no de wo mo fo wo ensom anya hwe ana ho so no say wonim na onim na ba wo no atambo pe no akuna wa asamba no papa in terms of so mo kawe nie ama de aba no sam aya Switzerland omo ana take it to woman kasa wo mo som social media handle no so a wo mo so de abasa ba bi no ensom aya snake zone eno echesem sa hono dia wono e ho pa ama chesom a wo mo tai ko hiking ate ensom e ho no nyina no ensom mo tai na aya bite ensom na free aya snakes no ensom abi ho na me police ni na wono charge aya Egypt amonsom amai no na Egypt supporters ana kwakoku wo mo team hotel abonche ho na police ni said you was ya bono masa ensom wo kapidi okoye ho mema masema emsa bema behu bema na fe bema edwane o na o charge Egypt am supporters no wo start some omo chantra fe papa ensom ade asa ginam o sero no yesi abono emsa waga janu anyina da ba so nua onu nua ba me ho de mo toto abra wono ba kulandia ade asam na ba unua bo papa chese omo ne afom yo police ni yenti se de wono som Egypt am supporters no ensom interactive kakra.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Chese salary no masanu drums urians when you know because Egypt ka wudi di asadi say the police is your friend and drums one some Egypt amranche one some chibi so ama chese won komo nyina no yet eba na yeka Egypt asam no no am yetie Mohamed Salah wunim sa aye Salah some awo hona after so mo we broso wo game ama chese wo no wo check into mo hotel and am bedroom na Salah say answer from one state and they call the other and Mohamed Salah so din command Salah say don't know best what can you say one more ever so make Egypt amani you proud this answer na yeah can I was so no one more some ultimate o man two many more and no some idea saba can pantana Musala some never so trust here pa and some motoba I was Egypt amani bono and some other son enough asama chaso Egypt no bia and some wa brane wo som abeti wo manim e wa brane yon koma player ye fa no say Mohamed Salah wo som area to dwa Salah ye ready dia mum ye ntie said ye mo edin nkoma e wa bra won koma no ya dene nyina no ye de eno so abanya nya ready dia na chese na ye be ko ye nim na fere jaka no nyina no ensom area so ede ama wa bra won koma no ye de no som ede eba na en wote wonim se wa bra guso ye din koma no nyina no ada eye chese ne ye kan sa ma wo do no wɔn nso no preparation agu so a ɛno nso ɛkɔ so ano pɔ Morocco no wɔn anti asɛm da na denti America so ɔman a yɛfɛ no sɛ Morocco ɛnya good news ɛne sɛ wɔn boy no bɔ ɛdema Real Betis a yɛfɛ no sɛ Abdul kyɛ sɛ Izazuli na kyɛ sɛ Abde ɛnso ɛno no na Abde ɛne Barca former player no ɔmo gya ne ma Real Betis na akwadaa no wɔn nso ɛne bɔ no bɔ paa ɔmo left winger ɛnie na wɔn nso akɔ report amensa kan sɛ boy ne deɛ no wɔn aba so ɔmo kyɛ sɛ ɛyɛ sprain ɛna wɔnya ɛnso kyɛ sɛ ne kotodwe ɛne yɛ internal knee ligament ɛna kyɛ sɛ boy na yɛfa no sɛ Abde Izazuli ɛnso akɔnya na ɔmo so hwɛ ne recovery period a ɛbɛ sɛ 3 weeks ɛkɔ 1 month ɛna akɔda no wɔn nso ɛde bɛtena fɛn automatically sɛ saa na bɛkɔ na bi a miracle bi yɛ si bi a na ne yɛkyɛ sɛ Izazuli ɛyɛ obi ɔno ɛnso ɛbɛmɛsɛ ɛyɛ World Cup a ɛno nso ɛbɛkɔ so nti ɔmo se wɔn kɔ so atwa other scan no ma wɔ sɛ de boy ne injury no ɛno nso ɛsitiɛ na report amensa kan sɛ Argentina wɔn nso ɛkampa no pai mɛde update ɛnso ɛba wɔn sɛ nyame yɛ adom a wɔtena ti Argentina man no wɔn bɛsa bɔ friendly game ɛmsa wɔn last friendly game ɛno ɛbɛkɔ so ɛnso ɛno no na Argentina bɛbɔ ɛde ɛti ɔmo a yɛfa no sɛ Iceland ɔmo game ɔmo de prepare no latest amenya no sɛ yɛba studios no na kyɛ sɛ training ɛnso akɔ so mɛtɛ sɛ mɛdɔ no coach no ensom abo Enzo Fernandez our middle wobo Ezekiel Palacios our middle wobo Alexis McAllister and Rodrigo de Paul womo aye middle 4 Chess America no one some try our near cancer training grounds ama chess omo prepare and yakwa Iceland ensom adieno and some aye seri besiako na manager for Thomas Tuchel ensom aye coach aye England omo some team no wonim some coach no ade akwa twitwa sɛ Jude Bellingham ayobia say ready and tokwa no wa wonsam na wo you see the ball is in your court ultimate question of the day and ya demo no nyina no ayade sɛ manager no abaso ɔde yɛ adwuma na asose bia number 10 wo sɛ wo ana wo yɛ coach fan sɛ Tuchel hui ana abɛbɔ no ana hui ana also on atena bench Morgan Rogers and Jude Bellingham when also start here manager na asem tiawa dobeso kan nyina no sɛ Jude ebeso started here when madwuma awaso ye ana sɛ bia boy na fan sɛ Rogers enso ebeso ba wonu anum nemom wɔm sɛ emphasis no na ɛwɔ Jude ɛso sɛ Jude na nkasa no ko no enso ɛhyɛ ne nsam so beso secure ɛyɛ starting berth enso ɛwɔ team mu dia ɛne wɔm ana wɔsa adwuma no nyina no wɔhwɛ na wɔyɛ ne ansa na ball no so be start here wɔn so wɔnya kwan start no nyina no yɛ nkɔmɔ a abasa manager no some area twitwa na yen shift yen gear na yen free England and call Spain among some adia so ya catch us Spain ameno womo some ababa drew ama chasen jomdie womo hubi ama pana de la Fuente enie ana primary Spain squad na update by ema me catch us am last game sa ankoda no womo mo nemo am first game our World Cup no mo come on was say ankoda na me bom di enano pay Nico aya Williams and Lamin Jamal and after Victor Munoz and Konami and Sanimano was say Omoro Confrenom. Enso kama na mo so kan nyina no sa wo mo miensa no emsa wo mo enso abey available for next game na chese no aye good news enso ade mo man no a chese setback bia so amaso dia na chese Spain and kwada miensa no wo mo so available on the 15th wo mo bo first commercial game no Lamin Jamal Nico Williams and Victor Munoz nyina no enso abey available dia masa game a Spain man no wo mo Ababona Obakaya the last time Omuko Shiros Obakaisa na Lamin Jamal our exams actually into our company now na Lamin Jamal ada susuante buan manwa join class no online via Zoom nom amonsom aniade ana mobisa coach no say na banse na sa time Obakaya so sa time crown no say na Lamin was 16 years ana coach is ya bonko krakra ni nam 64 ya ntimi combine adesua ensom ani adwuma ba akwada no age 16 just for meaning sin so now will be adinani ato Lamine Jamal so na time Lamine Jamal sate just a hotel room suantia classes and sani manu nyina no enom anama wo sa akwada no obi a wo down so was boy no and some a special person na ebi ma akwada na te se de ebi a magician and then want also mo ade fie bi asa dade asa babia wo mo di omo nkonya no ha se de Harry Potter mo de no wo se de de sa de bi ade aka akwada no na akwada we de e twedi ampo nyankopon wo no ankasa ana de nsa ade aka akwada na ama nioma bi akwada ba bi no wo dwe ho a won ti ase entianom aya abasoba manager ye fan sa de la Fuente and some other ball Lamine Jamal amene was a by no some akita extraordinary aye emotional intelligence and no aye said the manager no so tin koma ye de aye sansem no nyina no teba na onsa ba say Uruguay akwada fan so Ronald Araujo ono and some other so called Barcelona na wakwaya test ama ebeto twasa by no enya massive problem and some ani ade Sharak mame ne route no wonu sa me no kase boy no and so and I'm come back because from Uruguay they call Barcelona back to Uruguay and they come just Mexico no Jamaican cancer test and I could acquire into 7,025 kilometers and no and some I could down and some ama just naming no sanam komwa walk back to Uruguay almost from the camp now France man Woman game and woman Northern Ireland and about France gamer woman Northern Ireland abono about 710 ana sama tene baso report amenya no say ana bibia sesa woman line up ebesi akọ Dembele up front Desire Doué benkum dem Mbappe up front Dembele edamifa Doué ebeda benkum not just behind Mbappe no and some Lise so ya fufra manager no some abeso try eversary agero some ebesia konti shuameni nom ene Adrarabi onomu Pemecano Saliba Kunde ene Tio Hernandez and afe Mike Menyo wemu aye players I likely so mona na tree wemu some other start edia aye Northern Ireland and some anasha team no na France asema ye kania no podium di kan ba ni nyina no wonum sasa ye se Mbappe adinkomo awon chen na interview onu obi odiri dipa ensom ere din komo no na yesi Mbappe akwaji atomu se ha nukranya me anim yesi de wono wosi anya mfaso ewo Dembele so awo national team ni mo no enye same ana ono nsom edama Dembele na odiri pasa seri Dembele esi aboa ono Mbappe awo le blue woma tade mo no enye same ana ono nsom atimi aye edama Dembele na ya odwe ho a ya na ha batana onsa Dembele san kwakwaje aye Champions League ni mienu adiaba o ana wosan nam kromo asa boy no enya World Cup kama ne kakra bi pa na Ballon d'Or for the second time in a row ebetimi akọ ensom adiama Dembele ebiem say yes Samuel mana akọso nyina na ye kasai wonim say France a camp mete say Dembele enkwanam so ye player bia wotimi bona adwen ensom adiama Mbappe yeso no wetimi kan yes masa say ball no nyani pa ba akofo na tackle o say nyina ye kwa kire ne ye koboa ye defendia ye defend entiame say kan say wonia and timi sekape and some kind of chrono say I was said defensively masa I also of course ya juma de boa aye France man na fe wo ba kire some baba boa ni nyina ye nkoma hodo a mete say akoso ewa brown nkoma ni nyina no ye de ema wona no pay no and some I was sure so afei yerim say Real Madrid amabatuo omawie Manchester kire nkoma ni ye trempempra ni no eye bebre na ba Florentino Perez makacho sam otwaso until 2030 next a 4-year period an opening because was I president Tanyama Los Blancos na Dominion say yes Florentino Perez no what you have to just one was about a crane be or befaso ama Barcelona woma so ebeye shibia obefaso na de okan nyina so no and some out dia kokoda UEFA no de obeso ye ne say title BR between 2001 and 2018 Barcelona. Wamujaya and a European title BR. No, I was here strope and some free Barcelona. Woman some intended from 2001. What was our titles? What was saying Anabasa for Jay and I am the Greta as was some unwalking and two Shamwa. Anya shall cry so 209. Wamuchama Ajay. 2 years later, 2011, woman Sansha Mayu Edges, Nana Ferguson, Atchestan Cinema, Nana Sawu said, check, Jamasa, Leo Messenum, and David Vianum, Amonsom, Jumapanon Quada, 2015, woman San Luis Enrique S. Agent, Champions League, Memoir Cradam Abomi and Sabium, no Super Cup B, S. Shamwa, and Yasu President say, one I was saying, UEFA, I just UEFA title BR Barcelona. And between that period, woman Treska and some referees, our brother Yadebakoa, Mensa Canasa Florentino, and some other way. Yes, open never so chance. Salia Calciopoli, Aya Juma, Amayaji, Ayajuve, Titus, and until I yet to be find Barcelona, and some Amania to come be also. I was one J. Aya Titus, no, and some free Barcelona, and some our brother Peon Common, yet Eba Ibrahim Konante. One kasa confirm onu so kwa IGA wakui Liverpool free ho ama chesaka aye France enkoa entebia nam aye Monday enfree na enkosi by the close of this week akoda no e be update aye ne bio oye there France awono Madrid ensom ababa ama chesa Konante enso handle anyway chesa buy no abana officially was saying until 2030 na baby a story free ba no som anwo she chesa Konante no we until 2030 and Alquadano one some Araba so Adiama Cluba your fans Real Madrid ama nano peno ya denim como and some ama babia who are omonita and Jubilee Chaffee Real Madrid them some Omonia and some at the Banasana manager yan can some or also Alban on say Enchabiano announcement today. Joseph Mono Janasama Catcher say we be na Wednesday the presentation abaso. Ibrahim Konate Diaba, Danzo Danfries Aba, and Antonio Rudiger as well contract renewal. Among the announcement, and some other so Ediaba. Now mekanano pay say Pepe, and you'll be a metesa or better Jose Esquadron. Yadama, I was sports biting so. One said Dominion say, Sa Pepe story no, and your fluke couple. Now I won't say you're close. Say Union some other joining now, Marino Supobia. Yadana crowd cool, to maybe a classic when to come Paya, Massa. Yes, so be able to say, what on the Sierra and your mother down to Bama, the other Banano Peno, and some Bassa can be asono, what on some Tabanyaba. You don't come on so they banner Madrid, Janani Konante, and coming in a latest anyway. One say Yamiano Tuesday. I just a Florentino Perez started the presidency, some or the announcement Tabasa Bamano, and some Asana Bow, and Leon Koma Kakra, and some the Fuerte Banachas, and some other good news Adam Timino. Now, latest I'm can say, when we have a Sawanya crowd, the best 3 players, and answer by some 4, so say, Emu 2, and Abba, and a 150 million, you're trying to swan also dear, and some Ababana, Yawuni Pakron, some Ababa Twaso, and the Amatimino. Now, Jose Marino, ya to say, Wabaso Kipi, Aurelian Shuameni. Now, Shuameni, na Basabiana, Wabusum Abatia Jana Kraman Akono, report to Misa Canasa Bueno, Wabasam, Keeping in Tiara, said Joseph, some Aniakodano, and some Abasia Fair, Ebiam Real Sociedad, as you say, Wamopa Gonzalo Garcia, also Madrid, Wamo Strike Canon, Jabesa Canasa, Sociedad Forum. And so I was a Basque region, I was a woman Yakudano so bar, and no I update about Barcelona. Also, as a bus and a Muachuka from last week, and Julian Alvarez, and I Bernardo Savan, Wequeno, and Muachuka, Jaminan, I'm some my deconum, Aquache, Omahome, and a Monday, Mete, Sir Deco, as I resume your Juma, because elsewhere, Florentino Perez, I must start a Jumanan Caswatana, and Deco, and some ba officers and Robertoa aya transfer and komo and Jumaria also Mudinano one of Babetua so but Jawan say Julian Alvaro said Jeno one of so much as an entourage I catch your bass for say woman posse kakra because World Cup on the Achakra be a 1 month and I say Kobasebi Ayakas Argentina ebetimia Bagia and a 1 month no na se Basebi Argentina woman timia and Quenu our tournament in the Nani yes 1 month in a crown ebe kate short into Montay Emma Benham Onya Sumdie and from more a World Cup on the Ansana Barcelona Asa Shamukina na promise on between the Bass and say Aquadanum Oniba Biako and your Barcelona Benham Abaswobo into a moment Arsenal woman Paris Saint-Germain and one more come on for you crowd Bien Aquadano and your Barcelona and Abaswobo and then Crabby Domo can say good news and ye answer as of last week Mebekasa Barcelona Abaswobo Pejam and the Cobasa 120 MES Bekasa Ebuma Colossa Shakurano contracting say between 120 Ecosi 125 million euros a bar. I was some Womujai Emma Bueno Cobabia one of some other Swokono and we so at the banner Omucha say the moment a bus abemium Ebana you so much 130 million euros no Bueno a Barca player boy ni move no and some other basso now Oma Bie Oma Puno Adia 2 and I say when you say Anopemetisa Barca for crowd plan you Omuni media team no when we think about said Aquadanum Omobesia presenteno said the Omesia in videos Womuba promo ama chess a budget yasa fanano Barca Bessa week no one some MLK Efrim and Barca media team and Barcelona one sporting directorate I'm some Oma Pronum and some Shakwamavasua, Aquadana presentation or one some other Jamano, our brown common yet Emma Yetef and another person say, one must say 100% sure, say Aquadano, some other joining Bobokua, you find a bouncer and I am coming free, one must wear a banana peno and some our show of Bobokua, you find us a Western, a call relegation. Now, Western Timum. Also, corner bako David Sullivan. Now, upon me, I say, why not just say, the shares no one other sword and say, I was kind now. I ready to say, I want to over David Sullivan and some general. I'm a latest about the Bakua. Yafano Daniel Krentinsky. One of the other team come say, I did be a was Emma Westham. Efano tuma pefra ebe kwa Jumadia bi also odi emabokua ye fano sa Westham Esan sorry jan now so no mo san gain promotion edaba back ebe Premier League no no wonom abaye ama Westham team no and some asaba back na Arsenal a boy na ye fano Leandro Trossard onim sa Trossard and woko take ya Besiktas aye klaba wonom some any abrepa me no kase no onsa the Gunners probia we be bop benkum so left wing gono and I'm so much say I just a Rogers Modian no and some letting me Besans Rogers no what do I call I have been so bet me up here Arsenal SM para players any other but German say can say and yes sure Serbia Mikel Arteta no we be jai ama Trossard and some ako because some of we kita ball our 9 time at the ball here job panel we and some account Besiktas there we mu jumi but am say source HS about the pass manager no so be jama aya Branton Swako and a Man City akwatana ye fano Jeremy Doku on say Mabeka said Doku ayo bi empotime na Pep ewo hono na wo mo kasa said be akwatana so be extend the contract and your Scabulus of Man City and no pay no the Urban said Doku wo mo say omo ya hwie contract until 2021 sa contract no wo some other sign now Man for so nya join Man City I say Chelsea a player you find some Mark Kukuraya MSA clubs na die Robiapo, Atletico Madrid, FC Barcelona, Man City, and then yes, Man United and Swabba joining. Now, Man United any news because Urim Swabakaya some few years ago, me say a Nanka Chelsea, a Jacodano, Edna Bobo Fanasa, Man U and a coach na, Yafanasa Maroska Baya, a man Yamadani, and Buenadia, also Barcelona, and Obaswobo, and I between me about 40, and they call 45 million euros ana Chelsea team no wɔn so evaluation ɛdanti man for no ɛnso naguso monitor sɛdeɛ boy no ɛne Barca na sempo boy no ɛne Atletico wɔn nkɔmɔ no nyinaa no ɛno nso naguso ɛkɔ na man for no yes players wɔn da so track da bia me di ɛba Elliot Anderson, Carlos Baleba, Sandro Tonali, Adam Walton, Alex Scott, Ana Mateus Fernandez, Maka Mabra still now no show back who crying to me my Johnum to me about a player na your friend Ederson on Ocrano woman young confirm and tia no and some other confirmed na Bobokua your friend Aston Villa woman say Croatia nia Quadana your friend Mountain Ayagaturina na Mountain Baturina ayo bi ono ball and some other man como na Baturina ayo bi ane buono yase fabric gasmo pay from bare 50 elko 55 million euros ano aye seri Aston Villa for no woman offer elko mesra na mom como for no de woman valuation aye 80 million euros omo krano woman so mo benya nka branch ban sa Baturina oyo bi a onko bia because boy no oni ball no papa oko aye ni team akomo no what that striker chio ana Croatia no so no bom that striker na tinte midfielder papa Baturina ana Gemini sa Aston Villa and some other so mo dereba na say Villa for no prepare aye Morgan Rogers replacement enti awu amount of mo de ko 50 to 58 but omo beton Morgan Rogers more than that amount ana come so say we mo pay 80 million euros in time monitor na ya say some move no and some Barcelona na say Liverpool for no we mo boy na fan sa Giovanni Leoni one want to take you to the IG and a boy na posti na the post HSN or AXA ebe training na say Giovanni Leoni omo to ba last season wa mo ball obenya AC on akodano and so every country come up watch us and one some our AXA ebe training ebi Liverpool for no one say Temenya no say Darwin ni ya said no ebi ma chance silent ke boy no at the Liverpool say ai and a Liverpool for no asa be some the Darwin ni ya said ba any other bata on there say baby o mani abropa and some Crystal Palace aboina French ni akwada no World Cup ni bi ye phone Maxence Lacroix na Maxence Lacroix anyway wono ensom aye center back oyobia as of now latest ameme kan sa Liverpool for no some any aprepa ama choso munya akwada na womo som adene baba na Liverpool for say womo the one in way e kwama ba mu chintim no womo akwada na fan sa Rio Ngumoha wobianka so woto ana obianka sa bone so na woniska akwada na no ya bone first game ama England afei ena nkwan eba won na season boy no ebenya bonu bia bopa na by for na almost ai modi dia den na dia fanko na mo pa bia no mo tata man for players wo mo say wo mo nton akoda na ene wo mo nton akoda na wochena ensom amfa na ma eye ba mo nchi bobo ko no ntenai wo mo fo mo sika nko na Chelsea for no unum sa akoda na ye fa no sa Mike Pendes ayo bia be kan asem last week and say Chelsea for no say womo edene baba na asom now aye guso aye di nkomo ya wo bia sere bia Chelsea goalkeeper situation no eno som ebesi akọ wonum sa womo se ena wo bia no oye number 1 o enti Robert Sanchez ebehye no so say Mike Penders na ya kan enya guro afei ana Alonso som ebehye no choose the number 1 ensom anyama team no ebokra esa basa weekend ni mo womo koso mo pesla sa Roma for goalkeeper no enti achese na Sanchez no number 1 Prada Brand from next season me doubt Sabeman so ebetumi number all the kawanim so me mompa ye number 1 na free nsa no eno ye kakra fro deba na say wonim sa Xabi Alonso dia no metesem koma wadi ene say Nicholas Jackson ensom tadere ye say Nicono etumi ball our wings answer sankabia babia Ganacho nom ene Gettens abana no omudi kuno sankabia Nico Jackson awo hanko no ebetumi operate ade free benkum so dia ba esan so so ball dan na no o ya de panti wo mo so mo chese eno ana be Alonso ama ne kwan na fe wono so justify reason tia I was so keeping our Chelsea na ye ka say de say Jackson no crown on Royal Jatum, Sabia Chelsea, Obenya Stay, and also I update Bana former Crystal Palace, coach, and Oliver Glasner, Obekaisa, Mebeka Glasner, and AC Milan, Kasam. I am from last week, Elba. Yes, sir, Baby Madruno, I'm Sadia, Glasner, and I'm Sir Jumana Beko, and some day Amano, almost Rianasa, some kind of interview, some show last week, as a Panino, as I had done a pa. Now, did you say Jean-Philippe Mateta and Kwamo San in January Emma Basa Bueno were proud to get proud honey ante Emma Mateta move and young Kosono Wamasem Amatwadi as a coach in the bar where the former striker Chi Abba and AC Milan did you say Jean-Philippe Mateta Emma joined AC Milan Timino and I calculate from Abba okay Nesta now Alexandro Nesta and was say you want to just say AC Milan team no will be able to catch us and you be our boy. According to Nesta, was he playing body and your bad cry? But a problem, and just some periphonium. Almost one your management and some animal team no more anamama club no and some ankoye because Wontumi can't jam some Modric on yadie Rafael Leao and yadie Christian Pulisic and so yadie na enano the amani man kwema melon etos enum ayem perform was no mo and ma chese club no mo anjo ebesinde ama chese ntokwanko ani nyina no affect the playing body na messing glued and some any Roma ajanama kapi na dia that and yes Roma for no bisa it got pishao also no so ball and the ma ayama so team no na it got pishao ayo bi na ono so am hware msa akoda no so ebetimi abana fe wono so ababa to aso de ama club ye fa no say Roma ama chesa won komo nyina no it got pishao ayo bi na wono so aba so mo dereba na yes wono kra no de no de am say unya less than 50 a obenya background de no de just say be 50 e kwani mu ansana akoda no one some atimi akano Alexander Soloff and some uncommon na Soloff and Juve Oma agree until 2029 option of another year I never call 2030 almost say Woman Atletico Abroswaya be at 35 million euros between 30 and 35 million. Yes, a club no so say woman Enya Sebia, woman bet me a Tiao because Atletico very demanded 35 there. Woman Roman Tiama Abroswaya 30. Woman to mean contract in Chawasena, woman Shano Canina from BM player no, one of some join a club no Brano Kake Fluo and some Debaya, young fancy, Yabrana Sudafe, Yamana Biga for the mission. So this Wontumi Sports Buffet ya twaso
Good morning.
Steve Oson here.
And you could be a friend to me one. Okay. Steve the YouTuber. Steve the YouTuber.
Say I grow crack. Woke up na eba no one say.
It's not say video ni jabo kakra
because FIFA Club World Cup.
Oh, on say no, on say Club World Cup, we say World Cup more. Na ko replace ni ke 12
ni nyina World Cup nti ama na ha.
There be moves fufu bi amai. E pa chopa moves fufu bi amai.
Why fufu ba na ye no ye.
Oh, there be World Cup season nti. Sir,
some moves in the doors.
Run to me. Moves there.
Okay, out to be.
But I'm happy I go this week. Yeah, the World Cup is in. Interested. I think say World Cup ne be basi na ana amanfo adwene ye omo say fever ni ho ba ya oyenya keke bo ni say kukuro ana bo say e mema ba
true yeah see yenya na fe yen hase new yenante
right. So why a lot of stories na me one key area of stories are here me pese me di hon komo kakra, and then the other one no Luis de la Fuente ya odim komo fa la me yama ho, but I want to tackle that story first and then move on to the screen. First story now, me pick it to hono Lamia Mala ni coach Edino Hong Komo as a youngster. Listen to this. The coach is or the manager is or doing Komono ahead of a major tournament. This is arguably one of those players everybody has come to admit say he's the one who is supposed to take over from Ronaldo ne Messi. Handover no more, you know. So, how do you prepare such a player for a World Cup? In terms of psychological strength, yeah, one share because say on only player obenya time their man only bedin more tournament because it's just going to be the first major tournament. But rather, the coach decided to go on the other side of the trick. Or catch you are saying now say Lamine as a people are all co school. Ono no who say yakopo de saka no at that time no, because combining the talent you know any all starting elementary school na they aba do the high school level no who say obetia match ni mienu sa owie you know all center in common on the tournament or say it is high time a boy no amu betena say obehunu say how neutralize the reactions from people no obetia kono the same way no the best out of himself for Spain. Yeah, listen, only said this week Lamine so akwa komo say Ballon d'Or na Usman J no
no so ne beje na wadwene hu na hu say Usman deserved it na ono kra no so you more Asan Saka put these two conversations together and know say the manager is preparing Lamine for the big occasion. Yeah, I am sure Safina we are seeing now Baba accept Lamine Yamal is a super talent. Whatever you share our Champions League no me kind of crap per the little knowledge I have Madrid say any prelims I feel Lamine Yamal see from it is just going to be a key moment of his career, and he's going at a time of both club and the national team argument to say he's the face of the squad. Spain for Najiatum, Barcelona side the so Najiatum. Edru Sabria, a full assumption of the responsibility of the two tables. So the amount has there been a game where who say Lamine Yamal nervous ahead of the game? Who say Lamine nervous or game starting no Lamine nervous? Two, we are not even talking about a boy. Na analysis I fan who nyina no ye on the age mates. You don't to more anymore. What they check players na they Ebola media hono. And even at the club side, Pedri ne Rafinha won him. So me respect Argentina. My candidato of France. Spain national team no variety of quality. But Mr. Tournament we say no. The squad na ababon say am yehunu so more the confidence in Lamine and the coach in the Bametusono. I think there's a good platform for the boy. Spain for not prepare for more. And I'll not be wrong said we choose Spain as my third member of potential countries with me. I've spoken of Argentina, Maca France, 2 finalists in previous 4 years now. And I'm this Spain account. Onto the screen. Yo, World Cup festival no a massive. There hasn't been a time in this game where 3 countries are host to World Cup, we say. It being said that World Cup we started in 1930. None of us and I exist. But in our time, we experienced the first ever time World Cup, 3 countries be host to. In doing so, there is a scheme FIFA eternal say, or marry
this moment with history. So every time Biano Yako World Cup, I want Diana a Babeka.
That's right.
Now, language are there very powerful. So FIFA, I can name money in our boom. Anyway, I say, boy, who know TV see about friend try under. Try now a Spanish word for me and son. Under no a wave. Wave as FIFA meant to say, okay, countries like I say a boom. I'm about to say, yeah, a poisson. So the 3 countries, you know, and I try under the 3 waves. But okay, I'll reela about 2022 when you're the core, and it was meant for total speed and accuracy. What we say, you're the core Catano. So FIFA so catch itself for the first time ever. This was the 14th successive Adidas baller Omoye Diamaya or World Cup stage, and purposefully Omoye for speed. Technically, me the ball in my Messiah no distance now me analyze no. Some me the ball no so natural speed no. So you so can you but unin say BM so Johnny BM you have another car. So utre BM you know how to readjust your speed. This was the ball. I'm here for speed. Now I'm the 1% added to what the my grassroots development. Sa 2022 you know. And you may be brain and not a womb, and of course my kind of special ne womb. And talking about the last 6 World Cups. One key name would be Obiakai Jabulani, South Africa 2010.
Yeah, 2010 there no. And another players no complain is a born a hope.
No more say hope. No more say hope.
I'm say Richard Kenson say born one na hope.
Just watch the movement, its speed, trajectory. Suesu Sule Edinya Uruguay for. Yeah. So there was always something to call for a course with regards to the Jabulani. All the goalkeepers in no issues. And I'm social videos now, you could see say ball no not a deceive, it's bend and all of that. But say I can't Jabulani a whole repercussions at the buyer. FIFA Jonas animal win now. Say, oh, the Muka Kanina Yati. The crown the new generation have complaining. Frank Lampard complaining. Okay, 2010 honor. The goal against Germany, sea line at Chi. Saying you go. And FIFA also thought of the goal line technology through the hawk eye because a morning you know what we are saying, Obia will be a vision edru. But the tech after the vision can see the eagle because of Babia or Shefrino. Now Oshe try on the year. We any the Kwakabo 2026 World Cup no. And also so our purpose. Red no, omuri jina home Canada. And that is the maple leaf. The green no, another scheme for the Azteca, Mexico.
That's right.
The blue no, the stars, the United States of America. Try on that the 3 waves way official ball. Now ball we who some Dawson. Benjamin Asari show now. On shani baby so.
Try on that no.
Try on that no. Keep us remember kasa sa. Prepare Egypt against Brazil no. Marquinhos ball no boko chiro na. Mustafa Ziko Kofashe, the equalizing goal.
Brazil, Egypt.
Yes.
That was last week.
I'm preparing to. So, looking and speaking to this ball, already know, I hear your show. I take a lot of pictures, superstars, you know. I hear your exhibition. So, they're doing the open pill. Almost started their countries now. Yeah, Obiano, every training. Warm ups are how draw preparatory games, of course, I'm training. And this is the real nature of the ball, apart from the colors and representing or more a host to a real Maya Ebenino. Yeah, the colors, you know, are dedicated their mom. But watch something here. This is the theme of the ball. Now, Osha theme, you know, yeah, yeah, Bobo, I did about quite a place and then say, so gugua. On send a ball, no why.
True.
Mo. This time, ball no my a leather theme be our born who are wishy. It is a so good one. I Okasa Bobiano nominal. Bonus.
It is said the Yeshabona a biko throwing, Ubon Sibia in the tower like Quacomobina or the paper one son will call for long throw because pitching in the area about what touching born over before. So it's one good while dry at a faster rate.
Quickly.
to born with drainage system.
Not to me.
Yeah. So that's how it's going to go. Players will no more complain and about to keep watching na bonus play. No, I ain't say who they are sad, you know. Of course, keepers they don't put moisture palm. I'm correct me, but a boss wa yana and warm game no. FIFA adwene mo ho. Say it has a leather film a dry quickly in sooner a ho no. And talking about that, outside of the ball we'll be digging inside because our communication sensors are sending quick information at the command via team. Referee now or what field no so no sending information command. But there have been certain few complaints over the course of time. Yeah, the ball no we AOKT production. One says Senegal for no buy no more kwajo mo ball and no started say mo ball totals they say they canon. Now our ball na enko
It mean bouncing.
It mean bouncing, that is it. Or the ball from one, I say, that's what did that, or the bar. And then the boy started reacting to.
So almost a pitch, no.
Almost a pitch, no. This is a ball, no. I feel your argument point to her. Young function pitch, no. And I function ball, no. Talking about your function ball, no. This already I've spoken to it. The geometry, the idea behind ball, no. Its dedication to free countries now, here come Mexico, Canada, and the United States. And the essence of its whole dedication, no, they can't was but the so a sophisticated technology behind this idea. Only say on my state of the art idea behind this box say 500 hectares. I track information via relating around the ball. 500 pieces of messages at a particular second. And the deco. Na a year was soon be me the senses no eba betro not information na epic na say ya only say born na make ho asem show no we no is charge it
we see charge
ya charge
so they charge your mobile phone
na 500 data points per second na make ho asem show who say o hwe o phone no a o ta hu e bia na e da o sim card no so every area bia o information na e send e deco every area eti I say o vein we emoja ne namu no e ko brain ho
yes
enti ada emoja ne be short no obetwenya dementia obetwenya oh ye maame mo anwo nyine papa mo nyine
and be juju bia
yes because blood ni be nko o fan ye tiri it supplies information quickly from 9 hour they can born no to VAR room ho those information we will speak to it real time 3D tracking only say yaw every time a born be kon chan a ye nya to born ma field ni inside bia no na battery no e saving mode.
Ne say ye bobo na ekotru a battery na nya adwuma like say be a emuntem
let me show
nti battery na this information nyina ekọ va ho na ade
straight
ti ekọ na e feel page na so they are saving mode
ekọ off saving mode a catch outside no as marginal as 10 centimeters nti afedi o hwene cry off wa bra inyacho that is it. So a lot of information be pick along the way, and like I was telling you, you charge it now
before kickoff.
You charge within 90 minutes, but it lasted for 6 hour active game time, but they charging it within 90 minutes. So the ball has a lot of AI related. This is why FIFA decided say obe marry technology with football. So we are shadi we say
chip nation
no. Also we say o SIM card no phone no. We light senses wa robotic AI senses of this area. Ha no 3D no related to visuals information. Yeah now who say offside no ya chinipa no ya etimi turning who say no hu ni ye. I say near Katia no. All this information in no ya MBD bonum. So this is where the AI has really moved the game to a leveler. Yeah, prepare, I'm telling you. So yeah, discussing a lot and players in the brain no at the feature are you training near there and obia the
charge no.
It's charge. Obia the reaction after home at the bar. And 2026 March ball no are you ready? Game no it's said I catch no saving mode in the bedroom no whenever I be free park no so no we say green line no no free field in the soa. Now speaking to
McQueen's in an hour canona, Sharaf Modiabano.
This is when McQueen's at two passing.
It's no Sanka Bon or Sanka Echo.
Brazil technical team no discuss it moment we say. Because situationally a critical at my Brazil. McQueen's in a tone no or a starter. That's Allison is in the goalpost. So the belief that it has to be solved. If it is about the ball's speed, let's talk about it. If it is about technical error, we can also talk about it. But some Beja say, oh, it is one error, no, because of ball, no new thing to them. You're going to the ball Champions League now. Now they are discussing all of that. It is very important to the Brazilian national team. A ball now and a track here, a coco fire. So yeah, 2026 World Cup match ball no triounder. Are you ready? Technology, I'm my response.
Whoa, our video analyst knew. You say. My memory is I when Jenium say goalkeepers you mention from my pese ye be kwa start a game we na fe na be 999 na bia anti triunda meza.
Yes, it's getting closer and closer. The vibe is gearing up. But I think say Enra, in as much as we are waiting for Nyame Adoma Thursday, so the first game will be kicked off now. The election for who becomes Real Madrid's president ain't many and in free so with how a Neoma City call for Florentino Perez. Now meet your story no early in the morning and at the same time it's a TCC the numbers I bobo by and a say Enrique will call me push a little bit in terms of the number because I was expecting somewhere around 80% or 85% for Florentino Perez. Now, I do weigh on the pros and cons. The pros ni nyina say Florentino Perez is a very smart politician. Smart politician in the sense that he foresaw say or train ama the real election time and I said the time no masheshe dey at all say also mo de to aba no abenya. Enrique will call me betima enoma miensa. One, obetimenya a lot of enkoformo ages near between 30 at the back from kakra and we are part of Real Madrid socials no to follow him and help him. Said about bit me ababe edi power. They toss me.
Wontumi.
So I address or train no. Amas hambre na som ansa no mabeto aba na obetimi akogye bank bosia. Ya 10 years within that frame of time. Edi atoto nyoma ya abehye bank guarantees because Bosha now was sharing sambre no na oni nyina so bia but kenru sa time na konya nyina so the toso miensa he would have also been popular among the Real Madrid supporters or more wiase nyina it mamen twemra ni mu sei elimu na amade ba no it is to his disadvantage the besi bia no betimi atwe bia de aba ni mu aba mo homoden etimi di na chi aka form and he did that. Pros. The cons. It shows not every single person in the Real Madrid setup no and the penasem or ya lose certain grounds in terms of trust.
We got 30% there, 35% there.
Yeah.
65.
Nipa no so buy no onya 1 year no aka se onya 1 year no be pre aba no. 2 to 4 months ya no abene namu anu abehye bobia enguase a de gu ni nyina no watimi apuli 30%. Dia no ka kire wo mo. And I think that is where Real Madrid supporters and Florentino Perez will need to quicken up in the to get himself back into the mix when discussing the Real Madrid presidency and any influence. Yeah, there has not been any successful president in the history of Real Madrid more than Florentino Perez.
Yes.
Or a president, I'm for her Esuano, and you league in outside La Liga. People are learning from him. Mum, so we are in a reality check. I'm farm to 2 million a year. They will be lacking behind, especially looking at baby Barcelona and Walla Porta, Pesha Moody team the other day. Edru. Because Tembiano, a Holland and New and then Monday, Yatua Banewi, where we need Yamia Domot, neighborhood baby or this Caneco.
Yeah. Ubiasi Ulisi.
Ana ba me campaign for so aba bontia be ka se da bi only se no pa kwatam wias is ba me campaign for na to the bia omo level of arrogance in the media na na esre keke e kan bi na ma Barcelona bu fu ye omo kotwe scan for Anthony Gordon no Because if you remember, Bayern Munich sat in their comfort zone and they felt like, okay, fine. Anthony Gordon, I'm open to be or Barcelona for Niska. I think we'll honest, right? And the way interview no Barcelona Niska. Or whatever talk player bia. Na Harry Kane no crampo no be come o mu trim so be pen no. Ska no mo ko fa free hin na dia ba be to no. But fast forward, Barcelona go into the market. Akofa Anthony Gordon na open no. Barcelona sa kire o say eni over 120 million 130 million obetimi dia fa player. It no akọ Julian Alvarez o. Now this same by many campaign for us aba media ni mu biem. Opa ko fa wiase mu ska nyina bra Michael Oli. You see players are Florentino Perez assign omo na watwe omo de omo free ba aba no. Enje bi ni Oli so. I'm not talking about in terms of quality. Ono odeni say Rajata nu mayi jata na maba. The kind of players Florentino Perez has decided say semi peway. If Real Madrid had decided some komo pe Hurricane ka ba mi Kenya no.
Yeah. Say Florentino go against
Ancelotti's request.
Yeah.
Kawunya. Eno kura na wo ko England na one Daniel Levy ko delete kakra bi na afia da na usun kakra. Omo so a suitcase kese ebu coat. Hurricane na airport for almost bare 3 to 4 hours or transit tournament per be catch and say do not go through for flight the neko. So these German teams will have to come into the market, come into the media, or maybe describe it. Oh, yeah, they are selling club. Sure. Who did you want?
Because in training back home, obey move no say, and come on the dinner. Only say 150 no the ampa co. Ne console move no ebe baso.
And I make us say, what about you see apart from Real Madrid, every single player we are seeing is sellable.
Yeah, so Olise 150 million per bar. Now the club no crying also a yes style beer. Boy Nanka sounds way.
Since America say you can't hold a player according to against his own will. Because of person kwade na be no.
Wontumi
150 million. Ebi abaka so won here but 150 million Bayern Munich. Umu here full back. Stanisic ne what the corner line man was a per winger. Because Kaos can be the Kabasa for 18 beton to Gordon. And a club no so nyamudi I want supporters because Germany had the 50+1 rule. So it's interesting to see what will happen tomorrow. See you now try do say more so about we are already looking forward to what is going to happen at the end of the day. Yeah, the fever of the World Cup is getting closer and closer. And I think Obia share the Mexico and the South Africa game on Bedi Cabo. But you see, the biggest concern Bani is a lot of injury situations. My stories are why you know 50 and panel ben in a there is no single day 50 Thursday but when your story will be proud. Obey story be a so be a kwako friendly games. Obey story be a so be a kwako fase. You see, it hurts so much. But this is how football has become. And I think football is not come once a and I remember there was a certain tweet by either Sergio Ramos or one of the players condemning the fact that Omubo matches baby was it Kevin De Bruyne or Thibaut Courtois. Players on me outspoken be obi babontin be tweet said there be the number of games they play in a single year. So I don't think football is not as they are at Joma home in the last 4 years.
So we can also say players also demand more money.
On say
who demand more money for the it means automatically
more
games.
Any FIFA issue pani say people want the quality, not the quantity. You see, at first UEFA and FIFA thought like the quantity and abema ashefone niaje. If you give them the quantity and at the end of the day, not value anymore. This time around, we are even lucky that you a big superstar. Yes, we promise the World Cup. So we the World Cup no baby kra, kra. A lot of them has been able to manage the situation on and off, just to make sure say superstars will be able to come. There cannot be a World Cup without Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo coming to their last one. Ronaldo boss I game the friendly game because Ronaldo will need to be at the World Cup. Messi friendly matches Argentina bonina watch there won. Neymar mo pa mo kwasroma from Neymar wouldn't kick a ball. World Cup no person oba. Say Neymar want to cry because I foresaw say omoni Chile game no. Also no ahye ne shorts ne na mu ana oboboto tas do you warm up ne ade omo Neymar will come to the World Cup. A lot of these superstars are waiting for the moment to hit the nail on it. This World Cup is going to be special. The reason why it's going to be special is one of its kind because it is 48 nations and a meaning more games, you need more quality. And when was a World Cup with a new team in here. Yes.
Obi a
1G World Cup ni bida. And the reason being that football has a way of doing a lot of things. And I said earlier on, the first game at this World Cup is going to be Mexico, South Africa. 2010, a new win and a J. The first game was Mexico, South Africa. The last time Paraguay played in the World Cup was 16 years ago. That was in the 2010 World Cup. Paraguay is back. But only any competition that tends to change its format, whether be it the African Cup of Nations, whether be it the UEFA Champions League, whether be it the World Cup, and the probability say a new winner, especially with a new format, normally an I see. Because the pathways necessary. For example, her Champions League new pathways no my maybe ask na fire. So imagine say what could you be to say Portugal no nyamsa we Libya obefa. So when how the World Cup is going, we history ni san your man the ton chen baby am pese e di wu komo pass e betima ma new na PM no the new format baby PM the World Cup nim e say for third place teams meboa na me Mike et one access baby a Brazil pathway na Brazil betima famu so 3 year nko na onya baby di year you can be able to have a pathway ubetima share teams on no yet penko no abwa na de akwa the final. Somebody might even meet third place teams is almost that no so man no de akwa the final. The format gives an opportunity for every single team at the World Cup to find a way and win it. And now obia are ready and aggressive to make sure at the end of the day it will be delivered. What a time it will be. We can't wait for it to start. You should the way be city ako. But meme dear me who say World Cup we say pa there the probability say new winner ebe pim no e wo soro gidi na mo sa man for Thomas to call say bam say England national team ne born nye I'm one person that I'm not convinced that said the year ka England team we no ma be che Ghana do so po ya boy en fi mabubu ye kum. But Adena Thomas Tuchel so you can't also argue against it because Adena so a tournament team no build it. Because also one none tier dia a tournament in yabo. So imagine washe one no group stage 3 games in how many points? Washe one no round of 32. Washe one no round of 16. Washe one quarter final. Washe one na the one because Ghana cry a World Cup in 2010. Yeah, the one goal now the boy and I'm a boy, one goal difference. She may be a get it too. So for England, I think Thomas Tuchel is trying to build a team with that. But you look at the whole discussion around the system and tactical approach going into this World Cup by different teams. And you begin to ask yourself, say, is this a World Cup? A defense only can win you the title. I forgot to say. Defense alone, everything like a World Cup where they are now.
So then new winner they are the amount for be a chance here can here Ronaldo last dance he birthday. Send a Portugal so beji.
On a Netherlands so. And I say had a new winners say Netherlands winning I will man have boy.
To me.
Say Ghana crab to be akojana. And I won't even.
Oh board here.
Oh an African nation too can go in and go and win it.
Board here.
Saturday I may catch a couple say the African teams they World Cup we are few the only thing I brought from war over your top 3 ne woman no mentality asa by bas squad the pani players go upon so mo de ba kosi akaya the ebimu men but I think Tuchel and the English team if he performs anything below Gary Southgate there will be questions that will be raised. There will be huge questions. But the big problem on all community say, me kai 2006 World Cup, Tamana England eko. Omo kono na Owen Hargreaves so good form pa. Na Steven Gerrard o good form. Na Frank Lampard o good form. Na Paul Scholes good form. Now the big problem at England Kunya was our World Cup and the trying to get the balance between the quality that they had coming into the World Cup. Yeah. Now my head England team waiting. My head Jude Bellingham be kakrebi. Morgan Rogers, Elliot Anderson, Kobe Manu, Declan Rice. Now you look at the midfield setup of the English national team, then you go back to 2006 and you be like, hey, took our Juma Bebre because no one for Judan starting no be for starting a Kopaiga as embassy. Now it's about who you put into the squad and who you pick out. I've always said, say, at the World Cup, you don't do experiment with certain players. Me yaw. Say me Thomas Tuchel, I think I mean no. But me analyzing the whole English team. Wontumi nkobo big game for Jude Bellingham on continental bench from Morgan Rogers nkobo.
Okay.
What is the mention as no? There's a reason why we use Marcus Rashford in big games because at the World Cup, certain games demand quality and character, not only quality. At certain games and I'll certain games at the World Cup, it demands not only quality, or technical ability, name or character. I bet me about such big games
at a big stage.
At the big stage, and that is why the likes of Jude Bellingham, Harry Kane, most of these boys will. So I know, say I'm sure games need to say Panama mono or bet me feel the gay any concert. But if John Stones is fit, trust me, I want money Croatia or money Ghana or bet the John Stones.
Whoa. Black Stars on money and Paul Fat John Stones my year can is a gay moment on that. Yeah, Brandon Asante Montrum be too heavy. Whoa, nah, when the agents come over we see. Whoa, nah, Mammy Shay, me bust on off your mic about yourself fancy. Have you figured how Bamunchin want real in Gumoha? And the PSG guy, yes, Sabai, girls Bamunchin are already looking for replacement for Michael Olise. Well, when so a best mark was a boss. Nevertheless, Bamunchin is not a selling club unless they don't want the player anymore, and Olise's contract isn't running out soon. I don't know what the fine which is a share or yeah, but I said it was tonight Tuesday. We have to see and train Tuesday in Tanya. So where you know?
Yes, we
I will find it. Oh, for it about it.
Massa for a against say, buy an end told a Madrid and told Lisi.
I don't know about any dear Mamma then to
be some person about. So, oh, Liz, oh, Vinny, oh, Mappy.
Well, Steve, into it.
Yeah, may I say, oh yeah, story be about France. No more possible lineups.
Yeah, for a game.
Game on Bobon and you mean. Yeah, Didier Deschamps, call this will be in the fourth World Cup, and he has been very successful as a captain for the French national side. As a manager, he has equally done so. You see, football and in success, I hover around France for a very long time. France undoubtedly from 2016 should have been sweeping every possible trophy and a competition or more congenial. Nanka France for no, based on where they get to, Anka omo the national side I hear almost say all the available trophies they will be winning it. In 2016 they lost narrowly to Portugal in the Euros and almost about 2020 there. I won't call 2018 could we need 2022 there in the final again. So all seem rosy for Didier Deschamps. But upon looking at certain indicators, this, in my own opinion, will be the most difficult tournament for Didier Deschamps. Among all the competitions he has been very successful.
Wow.
But I sense a bit of uneasiness around the team, which is difficult for him. Now, maybe
why based on the friendly game now?
Yes, maybe based on the friendly game, based on the squad or assemble.
Okay.
Any players be any hosts, any new guys be able to see a major tournament for the very first time. You see, in football, your terms be your friend will be poacher, your friend will be target man in terms of attacking. So what is your friend will be striker bisa or your poacher. Yeah, the chairman say in the box he's always on time and scoring in and around the box. So player near poacher. Inti me ma example, Erling Haaland a poacher. He's a player who is always there to score. Obetimenya a player like this Diego Costa. You can add him as a poacher. Asambe Sevilla as a target man. So these are few examples I'm the as poachers. But how target man? Target man no a more of like a physical game. So he's the player we want him to hold up play for us. Ebini Olivier Giroud, Ebini Didier Drogba, Zlatan Ibrahimovic can say he's a target man. Eden Dzeko as a target man. You ball not too homo. They who hold up play and play among teammates or more attacking in transition. Now France World Cups now more corner under and games now more under Didier Deschamps from competition or the more corner. Team not thriving with a target man and not a striker leading the line as a poacher. But this World Cup no more corner. The only target man a war ni team no. Me who say ebia unutilized no because of how brilliant some of the attacking line are for their respective clubs. Ousmane Dembele, Michael Olise, Desiree Doué, and then Kylian Mbappe. None of these four players, and a target man. Say a France team win an hour. So Benya Euro 2016 the Amame. Now Benya World Cup 2018. Ubun say there's always the presence of a target man. That is why Giroud Beko World Cup 2018. And so one should go. But he was always starting the games for them. Yeah. So you target man now. At the back where almost started defense. That they press very high. In this year, analyzing the profiles of France team here that screen is we. Near share in terms of defending. Send or more added to or more team no. So what parody team way there? What it means is that you need to always be holding up to play. But holding on to play for a long time, the profile which is Mbappe speedster, Dembele a speedster, HSA, open nullify or more threat. Because of a natural game, the natural instinct of these boys, a fast counter-attacking play. But the profiles of women I was saying as more of a retentive side, which Didier Deschamps and no they are successful. In Tubekai 2016, he had Musa Sissoko in the middle. He had Dimitri Payet. Our baby Dembele day.
Yes.
And Onyangolo Kante in the middle with Pogba. Sissoko be ye jumani nyina. Then Giroud ebebo. Sa World Cup no crowd ube komono osenya Pierre-André Igna. He was playing that yeah. So Coman the same profile as Dembele, speed with skill. And now Benya Giroud, aye na juma na oye Mbappe. Enso kuta Dembele musta anabia. Very tricky with the ball. Into share all the call-ups are wire for tournaments. One thing I always constant. So Benya a target man. I'll be feeding Mbappe and whoever is around him. Until 2018 now checking goals na Mbappe na ubun say ni nyina mu no ubenya Olivier Giroud. Now let's go to the defense. Defense no while loyal to certain names be from 2016. Until share 2016 Patrick Evra Ebebi Dinya Jaye Kosheni Mangala ana mfimfi no nya Yohan Cabaye omu nyina ba sa World Cup but check 2018 World Cup and 2022 World Cup no. And they likely say Bia Konate best start because Saliba got issues of injury. So the neighbor started there. Not just say you are introducing two different players altogether, together with the porous Upamecano. Is that he has always not been comfortable. So this is the 2018. Benjamin Pavard, Samuel Umtiti, Varane, Lucas Hernandez, Kante, Pogba, and that is the target man. And Obo Griezmann were three. So say you caught into another major World Cup. Now France say ba. Not only way when it's in media. So if he decides to play Thuram as a target man, there will be a problem. There will be unrest. Because social media, I just say either Olise, Dembele, Mbappe, or Sabakoko bench.
Of which I know Mbappe so.
Yes.
Wontumi so bench Dembele so.
Olise no so born our Bama Bayano. Or make a strong case for himself. Inti esa hwania the neko bench. I know my GD say Abia Papano would want to tweak style no kakra in terms of attack no wako for the three na yabo mudino, but three no they don't present high pressing. It is the for almost the midfield will be exposed. Say expose France midfield now. Check the goals they considered against Ivory Coast. They don't have a comfortable defense. The chemistry never hosa. So France ekita all the quality, the attacking talent to do well at this World Cup and possibly win it for the last time for Didier Deschamps. But me a bit of weakness in terms of profiles now on Modeba. Now we hear about Lamine Yamal, coach, and he said he is a magic wand, and some kind beautifully crafted. And then at this point, De La Fuente ever praise Lamine Yamal because he will be the trump card for the Spanish national side. Umpeo. He is that boy. But World Cup, no, I am a beautiful stories. This is not the first time my youngsters are best on the team. And England ball game. Now the OG man of the match na I real ngomoha. On can squad na ko World Cup no hu bi. I be mo kra e discuss at this point I'm say to hear enu no ho kakra say can also name you as part of the main squad. In 1998, in Michael Owen, he announced himself to the World Game. The other Argentina for ball tournament, you know, it was pleasing. But for Lamine Yamal, at the point, there are not a lot of leaders in the Spanish national team, so he is showing a lot of responsibility, which are yet to perfection. It is a would player be say waha. I was say how important
raising the bar
because there are expectations from the backdrop that this is the World Cup or more no Real Madrid player no foul. So the rivalry conversation about back home. So he couldn't have gotten it right in the moment when you just pray say Cratch never ready for the business of the World Cup, and these are the names we are going to watch. So the right statements many who say all calling for Lamine Yamal or putting at the level I also ordinate to because me who a much more better player in their squad than him. With my changing moments.
Poster boy no.
Yes. So it's the right call from De La Fuente.
Whoa. Me that say Steve. Me ba Mike about my share messages ne kakra na membrana Mike emeto so on YouTube where Richard Bonner say it's live and loud at Akrokare Training College. I have bet that France will read my message. It's debatable. Okay, almost also match you now. Ono bia ku 200 in terms of Richard Bonner na wanya 400 o. Bonner ya 200 account Bonner o message na my kind was say read my message keke. Nah, I will be happy with 400 Ghana cedis. Richard Bonner and so more kakra menfa so say with Konate and Upamecano at the center back positions. I fear for France when so I Prince and so on YouTube and so and a day a buy Okay, and Nana Kwaku so say target players like Razak Bimpong. I don't make no message I was saying.
Oh, important goals, my fellow. Bruta. What to make us baby, are you okay? Wonderful.
Young Quay.
Fancy, better say, ma. Young Rishi Fifi Manfred, happy marriage. Congratulations. Exactly. He's joined the table of men in Fifi Akwaba. Well done. Why are you? Yeah, we should know happy marriage. It was a beautiful ceremony weekend. No men can that.
You find a wife.
And then again, a new week. And I'm a boy. And we should be well. To me, rim be rad this time now. Let us say, here pa. Where my member Newton screen no, my member no, yeah, ikakra. Into where mokwa, my boss screen mokwa. Me de be ya de kakrebi. Yeah, well, 3 days to the start of the FIFA World Cup. Now 3 days to the start of the World Cup. Then definitely, EMFA statistics in fancast and kakra. Who is the top scoring African in the history of the World Cup? Asamoah Gyan.
That's right.
6 goals. No JC number saying
3.
Exactly. So 3 representing Asamoah Gyan. And the mark that he has laid at the FIFA World Cup. Nediano graph ne fro ne piki ne sane. He started with 1 goal. 2006. He scored just a goal. In fact, it was the fastest goal in that tournament. And then one of the fastest scored by an African player at the FIFA World Cup. Then in 2010, when we hitting the peak, Gyan scored multiple goals for Ghana, including that beautiful strike against USA.
Yes.
Danene Hosa technique, left-footed volley, straight into the net. There was nothing Tim Howard could do. It gave Ghana the ticket to the quarter-final stage. Yeah, emulated the history chalked by Senegal and Cameroon. Gyan Emeya the number 3 team, another 3rd team from Africa or quarter final. Number 3 giving us Africa, as near Africa, a 3rd ticket to the quarter final. Unfortunately, quarter final Yentimi and Kosemi Gyan would represent the greatest comeback victories in the history of the World Cup. I see twice, 1954 and also 1966. Teams are here sure more 3. No maba abete a kami and sano no winning game ne dia ka ho. Just 2 countries in the history of the World Cup, and 3-0 the biggest losing margin our team etumia coming back ababe winning World Cup abako semu. 54 the end was in the quarter-final stage na Austria versus Switzerland. The 1954 World Cup Switzerland for the host year, and it came with different conditions, especially for weather. Now, the game between Switzerland and Austria, Switzerland started brilliantly. In the first 20 minutes, no match at 3-0. Then Austria clawed back to win the game by 7 goals to 5. A BNC or FIFA World Cup history with that. So one game it produced 12 goals. The closest Ayenya and Drusa number no. Austria be share 7 and Switzerland share 5. And this is the game and this is the record. And Austria for the goals in it, but the Switzerland goals came from Robert Ballermann. Or share 16th minute, Nemomo 1-0. Then Hugi, and so be share 17th minute and then the 19th minute. Then the Austria comeback started. 25th minute, Wagner gave them a goal. Corner gave them another goal just 1 minute later. Emmanuel 3-2. Then another minute later, almost share another goal from Wagner to make it 3-3. In the space of 3 minutes, no Austria Shemiensa. Until they were down 3-0 after 20 minutes. In 3 minutes, Omote Kanemani at 3-3, and the game became open. But they added more. Obobe share 4-3, no almost share 5-3. Then Switzerland made it 5-4, and they call a half time. Yeah, back no Austria for the goals ni be beka ho a Switzerland for no so team back we 7-5, and this started it. Eventually, the 1954 World Cup was also a World Cup of comebacks. In the final itself, West Germany, Hungary, there was a comeback victory. Hungary in the share first, then Germany bounced back to win that game. But this is the biggest one that was done. See, a team na oba back abe win the game by 7 goals to 5. But Portugal will emulate it. And the 1966 World Cup was also a beautiful one. It came with a lot of surprises. And one of the surprise packages was the tournament debutant, North Korea. Korea for no more tournament in Ibida. But Omukunkuma Kese, including some of the best teams like Italy. 1958 World Cup, 1962 World Cup. There's a Brazil din wom ne hubon wom. Okay, fine. But Italy had won the World Cup on 2 previous occasions, isn't it? See, a World Cup ni omu ananko omu 2 titles are. Na ye Uruguay before 66, na ye Italy, and then Brazil, and so count. For Italy to enter into a group with North Korea, Soviet Union, na odi Chile account, it was seen as where they say Italy for never qualified. But then again, in their last game, to say Ghana, the Comoros there, you know, North Korea beat Italy 1-0 and made it to the knockout stage in their first ever World Cup appearance. Almost only Portugal and Croatia quarterfinals in 1966. North Korea for a starting game. First 30 minutes, no match Portugal 3-0. 3-0. First minute, Park Seong-jin 1, bam. Lee Dong-woo 2, bam. Then Yang Seong-kook 3, bam. Portugal for that from a Kamiensa Wontumi. But the Portuguese rallied back from 3-0 down, like Austria, you know. Omodi Omambe win 7-5. But they came to win by 5-3, including Eusebio scoring 4 goals in that game. Ninginano, interestingly, 2 came from penalties. Eusebio 27th minute, 43rd minute. No man here 3-2. Then when they bounced back in the second half, Portugal shared 3 goals. North Korea could not respond, and it took Portugal to the next stage of the competition, and North Korea were eliminated. Only the interesting thing to end with the number 3.
Okay.
Austria, share Switzerland, Okodi 3rd in that competition, 1954. Portugal, share North Korea in film, no Okodi 3rd. So 3. They came back from 3 goals down, qualified to the next stage, and then they placed 3rd in the competition. And they almost story. So number 3, 3 days to the World Cup. Asamoah Gyan number 3. Austria came back from 3 goals down. Portugal 3 goals down, and they placed 3rd in the competition. And one banya no nyankoma ye babedi. Nkoma ye bedi nendeno can Argentina defend their title, and can they make it the 3rd country to win the World Cup back to back or consecutive?
Because now last week Maker say the last FIFA World Rankings just before the tournament, you know. Wow, kita World Cup, and that's why I would that first our rankings. No, no, mean J.
I am Edding.
Yeah,
Edding pa. In fact, in World Cup history, only 2 teams have done back to back. 1934 and 1938 with Italy. Almost Czechoslovakia after extra time in 34, and that was a tournament that they really prided themselves in. Say, dear. Mussolini wanted them to win, to send a message out there. Then in 38, they went to France to defend their title. They won the final 4-2 against Hungary. In fact, at that time, now the Eastern European countries were dominant and prominent. Into Czechoslovakia, Hungary, Italy was the first country to do a back-to-back World Cup. But Brazil started World Cup in 58. They defended it in 62. In fact, there have been times where countries have been dominant across a certain stretch in the history of the World Cup. Brazil womu mienu, West Germany womu baako, and then Italy Diana onoje back to back 1934-38. Italy GBA from 1958 edibesi 1970 fancy about 4 World Cups. Brazil komu final saying 3 or J3. 66, the story is in their group Pele was targeted. In fact, opponents had no way to stop Brazil with Pele, so the only thing was to get physical. In their first game against Bulgaria, Pele is a free kick goal. Then they decided to kick him. So that time, not substitution anymore. And too proud in the Musa. So Pele got injured. He missed the second game. And then in their 3rd and final game when he returned, second game no missing, Hungary show 3-1. In their final game, almost targeted Pele is Portugal for butu nti wepra Yentimi in film no be so about ball and the Ojinamusa. And then Portugal beat them. Brazil were kicked out of the competition. Yes, sir. Nanka Manfo when is what who say Brazil would have made 4 World Cup final appearances in the 4 tournaments between 1958 to 1970. Check it. 58 Brazil 5-2 against Sweden in the final. 62 Brazil 3-1 win against Czechoslovakia. Then in 66 frame, so they could not progress. But in 70 in Pele's final tournament, and they beat Italy 4-1 in the final, and that was total dominance. They won the World Cup finals with 2-goal margins or more. Or share Sweden with a 3-goal margin of victory, or share Czechoslovakia 2-goal margin of victory, and then Italy 3-goal margin of victory. Never has a team dominated World Cup finals with this margin of victory than Brazil.
This is Brazil.
Exactly. Brazil now, Bill, their period of dominance again will come in a 3-stretch tournament. 1994 final, almost say Italy after penalty shootout. 1998 they lost the final to France, but they bounced back in 2002, and then they beat Germany to win the final. In 3 tournaments, 3 final appearances, 2 wins. And also explaining another period of dominance by a team. And then there is the West Germany story. West Germany, the also it starts with 1982, occur final lose to Italy. 86 occur final lose to Argentina. 1990 over final Argentina. They made 3 consecutive final appearances. The most recent final appearance maker consecutive is France. 2018. 2022.
That's right.
So say Obaji World Cup ne defend the title now fancy. Ne chances of happening no are rare. Per the stories I've given you.
It's intense.
And omo dominating across that stretch. First now tournament ne start here na Italy here back to back. But the only credible country since then, with me here back to back, no one dominating a spell in the World Cup is Brazil and no other team. So that is how the trend is. Can Argentina do that? How did Italy and Brazil do it? Because they were previous winners of the competition. They are tournament pedigree, and they had a very good team. Argentina team, or do they possess that? Yes, they have. They have a very good team. They have tournament pedigree, and what else? They have quality players. So the characteristics of teams or more year back to back, you know. Necessary soon be war Argentina team nim. Is it possible? Yes, it is. Again, Argentina's World Cup wins, most recent one, 2022, outside of Europe. 1986, outside of Europe. Where did it happen? It actually happened in Mexico. Argentina World Cup how many times? 78, 86, 2022, 3 times. None of them was won on European soil. Anything common? It tells towards that direction.
Yes, because I also a CONCACAF.
Good. Now, World Cup, you're hosting on North America, so how many times? Mexico 70, 86. I'm hosting it twice. Yes. Then USA 1994. Almost hosting here. So who were the winners? In 1970, the winner went to South America, Brazil. In 1986, the winner went to South America, Argentina and Maradona. In 1994, the winner went to South America in Brazil. So, the tournament ne called North America Sasesua. Ayana Ekaba South American countries, no. 2 for Brazil, 1 for Argentina. Again, the history is tilting towards a winner emerging from South America. And as I say, winner will be free South America, but then it will likely be one of the best teams from South America.
That is Brazil and Argentina.
Exactly the point. We will send you a story in this city, but Argentina have a history to fight against, but they have history to back them as well. But it's not just them. They are facing some of the best teams from across board, especially ranking now. In terms of favorite, you look at Argentina, Obebo France, Obebo Spain. You will want to excuse Brazil because of uniform, but I'm telling you, there is no other country that knows how to play the tournament than Brazil. And they are coming with an experienced manager, which is contrary to their story in previous editions.
I was signing European terrain.
Exactly. Oh, Ancelotti was at 94 World Cup, no, with the Italian national team, with Arrigo Sacchi, Ancelotti assistant.
Yeah.
When they lost the penalty shootout to Brazil, Ancelotti was part of the coaching staff of Italy. Tony World Cup, Mupa. Again, the story is you would have to look at certain conditions around teams Argentina. A bit to me, Aje final every omunsem. The French team. France were team, more players. But it has proven that it is not enough to get them there. I don't think France have a leader playing body.
Mbappe, no.
Mbappe is a captain, he's not a leader. He's a fantastic player by World Cup standards. In fact, all players or more credibility say Miroslav Klose record or 30 years. Break here. Mbappe can watch 12 goals. Klose was saying he has 16. Mbappe needs 5 goals to move ahead of him.
Cool. Okay.
So World Cup no one pedigree. But can he lead France to where they want to get to? Looking at the dynamics of the game now. Game no trend Nasisa. Recently, issues have started to crop up. I'm not saying N'Golo Kante name Mbappe issues be o saying meboa. But say Dembele akoka che Mbappe say unia ye nkita ball na ya boa ni defend. Oh yeah, captain there.
Yes.
France will need to resolve the leadership issues in their playing body. Then to Portugal. Portugal have names.
Wontumi.
They have leaders, but they don't have a leader. And that is in Roberto Martinez.
Playing bad the leadership.
No, all
technically
exactly. Only the Chasano, not players need the and that is where the asterisk is. In fact, managers said J World Cup. No, if you look at what they possess now, they compare Roberto Martinez. A lot is missing. Then you come to Spain. Spain have a talented team. They play good football, but I don't think they are matured as the 2010 squad. 2010 squad no more World Cup no. They were a matured group of players from the 2 biggest clubs in Spain, Madrid Fonini, Barcelona Fonini. They had won and they were dominating a certain period, especially the Barca unit. Now Barca the Champions League will do as a mount. And then remnants from the 2008 squad, no, they came with their tournament experience. The Spain team I see now, any key players, no more injury situations. Recently there was a video near Gavi Kotia Wakakra. Now Rodri that from 1 and 9. Rodri is a key player. Lami Yamal, ne status, we don't know. Nancy no Bobo be no training Hokakra. Even in their first games, he might not start. So there were issues around the likely contenders, and I said the contenders for the World Cup. Argentina team, no, you've not really heard anything. And then there was a bow kakra. Brazil cry and some kakra or Neymar. Argentina, what's their situation? What the story be? Have you heard anything? It looks like there is silence around them. They are not generating news. I'll be doing controversial. Are you? Exactly. So can Argentina do Brazil and Italy? There is a huge possibility. Said yes, 2 countries near you know. Lionel Messi with his Argentina team can replicate that.
Whoa, Mate, Mike, me that say, Yemre na fi, Yemre fi. Stadium say World Cup and also a bit di Jumedi Makutini. Yamea Maya Wada ana Shasiye. Opening ceremony, first game, Mexico, South Africa. Yabere na who said it's a game nso ebesi akodru na yenoma tutum commentaries ni na mo benya be live on your show. Say couple bibia ekudie.
Oh, nyame adom fancy. Bibia boko pa.
Okay. See
bibia fine.
Yem rolie.
Oh, fancy any nkoma kakra quick one on Black Stars na fi. Abia form rem na any nkoma. Black Stars nkoma de the yerum na ya we say the training is come rant no more mo ye adwuma pa o. Ashara posti training ni bi na ye hwe say de ni wo mu ye adwuma o camp ni nyina ne say prepare very well concentration ni bibia nso ekoso e campo ayede won komo kakra e de bantiwe e training ni bi na project the man from the goalkeeping in the department Benjamin Asare and afi Lawrence Atizigi and other player goalkeepers no mo bo adwuma ye pa na adwuma no mo ye no ni nyina no e yese o mu hwese nyame adoma goalkeeping ho no de in fact e ho be save dey amaye na obama me said na goalkeepers ni si chicheche ball na ye ball na Atizigi your friend is Benjamin Asare and so the community we work out na and of course for the goalkeepers e will training and what dey pa nti e no nkomo ana ye ball and the amount dey na Anton Semenyo dey was so be try keepers no na ya hwe na womo ball penalties e will campo na penalties no Lawrence Atizigi ni Anton Semenyo Atizigi ne Semenyo bonum e manum ni nyina obo na atena kasa na se Atizigi training yero ho na penalties bad NBA wona odema watimi achibi enie enti Semenyo gina wo dinani afri baabi wo boy ya o na boyi enso that nemtia no eye kicksa eno nso course ni nyina no eye sede ne ye se nneoma enso betimi akos because ye game ne de ahwa in England ye benya penalty nti penalties ne de wo mu ebo enyanso Semenyo e den abo no de whatever to net na afi nneoma itimi akwenti camp no eho aye dey pa na ye ni nkoma kakra mini quiz ekoso o camp coach Carlos Queiroz and the boys no quiz kakra ne boys ne so ma dwen coach so bia fa ne phone to form na ye busa for the first time Ghana ye win African Cup of Nation year bay na waka unima na wahwe Ghana year bay na ye call World Cup e modern more eso ani ye pa na ne unima o ma nsa so say the classroom ye nya ball no nko an ese mu hu book no eni nyansan wo game no so ye hwe yentie kakra e wo kamba bra na mini quiz ekoso.
Here did Ghana win their first African Cup of Nations? 1963, 1965, 68, 70. Watch.
1963.
Roger. It's your answer?
Correct. Correct.
Show. 1960.
Correct. Hey, pressure didn't come.
The daily allowance, if you lose, you pay to them. If they lose, the guys they pay to you. All right, question to this team now. Second question. In which year did the Black Stars achieve their best performance in the FIFA World Cup?
Say camp why de boys any coach and na coach say mo person mo make history need the Ghana ye bi World Cup no dada but ono na be de one boys ne be say o sa make another history to ka kire mo say o mo koda mo fa nhye mo team say Ghana ya maha say be hwe US ne mo we are here to make a history yentie coach and ne mrantie no nso nkomo kakra eno e course so camp motivation there coach e motivate boys ne pa yentie nkomo no say de nuama enso see course so before yen game I be against Panama
Go to FIFA. Go to complain.
Control letter.
Now was all about the history of Ghana in World Cups. Now, tonight, next game it will be for money, but everything that we talk here today, it is history. So now we are here together to make history for Ghana. So remember our responsibility when kids in Ghana they start to put the shirt with your number. It's a great responsibility for you. When you sleep today, think about that. And also these guys that they build this history behind us, it's just a message to us.
Coach, I don't know. Now on your ball your first match in New Year, your ball your second game. Now your third game no, your Croatia or Philadelphia. Now Philly Hono and minister I go PMO and so Philadelphia Church Enra. Ewo ye papa prophet Adum Chedu sorry. Now almost this game ni fancy so match against Croatia is a bono Philadelphia and no kwasoro Philadelphia ne de 3 points ne assured yentie minister wa je 3 points na free Croatia wa ma dada yebeti enran koma ikoso abra na oje blessings the amada Black Stars of Ghana yentie honorable Kofi Adams.
1963,
Ghana's first match will be played in Canada, in Toronto.
Yeah, ni Panama for na boy no.
And you are going to face Panama on this match.
Yaba second one. Yeah, born in Boston. Yeah, ni England. And yebebo.
So England. The next one we are going to face England.
Now third one, group stage. You know, when it be yebebo. Yeah, born in Philadelphia. America.
And our third
Philadelphia and Croatia match and the match is done. 3 points is secured at the Magana because Philly ho and Yakobo game in Tienra blessings in Philadelphia Abidu Ghana. Now yentie Iraq GFA president GFA couple to coaching coach Carlos Queiroz was saying on any decision and on stakeholders and ministers will be a county and on na jigu amabekaza and okofa Carlos Queiroz by or making play the amamo and sana World Cup no crash starting no on any decision GFA president in Koma or the Tuja.
Okay, so let me just make a small correction. It was not my decision.
Yeah.
It was our decision.
The team.
Okay, and when I say our decision, it's a decision of all key stakeholders in this pathway. So we're going to the World Cup, and to have an experience at the World Cup is a key. Was a key requirement that had to be met, and Carlos had been to 4 World Cups. 4 World Cups, and this is not a joke. To coach at the World Cup 4 times.
The GFA couple area to fancy the no I'm saying Panoa make intro no a game against Honduras Nedi Emma so omo Honduras for now withdraw from South Africa game and anke pese ye no omo ebono share time scale na emboa womo nti no e different anhwe ya yembo friendly match bi ansana ye World Cup no first game against Panama edu so has adwuma no so da ho mo pam didi no mutie nsama ekoso a ye say Chairman Yusuf Edia to NCC chairman say letter o receiving no CVs ne coaches mako 14 abrofo kan ho before kan ho no mo de CVs abase has adwuma no wo mo penti adwuma dey say lucrative 14 solid coaches and wo mo de CV aba for the job.
Okay. Whoa, couple me that senti na HSM say Black Stars say ball one friendly and they call a year winning monty oh go na dia among some kasa na dan so mo ball no mo 2 games above manager yeah see mo biem ansana start World Cup and there was here kikan wo World Cup new mo menkwe
mo biem
ana no do a pool
le Jamaica
wano kra amaso Honduras no so anya amaso
I see. Well, says I some be no problem. Eddie drew her no problem. So the adna kwa ni say as I say echo. Say po yempo as I say echo. Me person me can give the idea we do come right. But and they know getting more close and closer. No me person me can free key areas be. Now me roll it on. Number 1 key area. All the World Cup teams are econo. All the World Cup teams are econo. Or attacking channels, no. They have about 70% through the fullback areas, through the channels. Sequoia say you select a back for their core, a free back at their core. Whatever defensive formation best set their core World Cup. Me. Ministry control, ministry to me bia, but on a day like this, let me share my opinion, and that's my opinion. Number 1, and I say 70% of all teams at Echo World Cup yaw, they attack through the channels. Now, all the AC and Nisusua, your major problem pa your apart from lack of understanding, I buy your 4 and 5 for the terminal. Your fullbacks also be exhibiting a lot of weaknesses. Your fullbacks, make your 2 and 3. Whoever I be born on, yaw, I'm be brepa. now say you didn't come on a yakaba by Kagidi, we speak as if say you the problem. Look, I need to say do a right back honomono. And also so oman in the hole. All the teams are echo work up or more attackers in a yaw. Over 5
ringer.
Yes, I'm a person
born bo. To our boat to more about and
most of the attacking patterns and the crosses more than true balls because young call with a lot of number 10s. I'll discuss that tomorrow, Echo. But don't America. Oh, they try to spread out the ball, not crosses number. They try to spread out, distribute evenly into the channels, not crosses number. It's not going to change. Because listen to this, there are no more central creators in the game. Brazil for you, so say, I'm coming 4-4-2. You know why? Because they don't rely on Neymar. So Neymar or Hornman, the coach should not be thinking of 4-4-2. It is naturally and absolutely 4-3-3. Or the Miyanuba Neymar for him to have that freedom. But without Neymar, he rather augment the attack. Not another striker. No, I can't say Neymar. No, about 2. Gumaresh and a Casemiro, no Bobrica, Vini and Rafinha. So imagine Ghana facing Vini and Rafinha.
Ghana, France.
Okay, Desire Doué and Ousmane Dembele.
Mbappe.
But Mbappe at the top. We say we can't challenge China.
So coach meeting Naba no about that gas striker no so.
Of course, Pedro
knows me about force 9. Dembele knows me about 9.
So at any point,
system.
You know. At any point, Ushabako, even Croatia, Kramaric and a Paris Uko Spain and Nicono and Alamino. I am telling you, America for England, no Obesha Bukayo Saka, Obesha Dawan, Rashford, Anthony Gordon. I'm not talking. Men Kaya Wingers and Men Kaya Wingers and make you fullbacks and say, give me the fullbacks and so more. Yeah, come on,
Panama's or ringers and so Panama's or fullbacks, bebre.
Why am my brain?
And yes, you ring
on you so line so or by inside but turn left to so but what I say semenya so na masia and also by the right so on fa line so into one the baby and come on. Guys, a full backs and yes serious. Number 2 points as I say yes serious and Madru so no. Goalkeeping department. Yay, olele on so you need that. Sana baby jet the other baby jet one so you need that on to say or retire I need replacement. Sana game with you and come here that day somebody one will be into that. And you do about you do all year never want to say you know. I've gone back and analyzed Olele. The guy was serious. Some never to na ma for ye dey hu aya o.
Hey, I feel most Olele no.
Man can't trust the last no. Ya o fa ne papa mo ma ya de pa. Some be catch o. Your family yard
working places about could be fans as a co was Richard for the media.
This guy, yo, but the video match I can't share the guy has really worked. Why you save some money papa. Now the friendly match is really was quality way. Was sabe I'm on French was on quality way. Shall not know the 2 goalkeepers if Benjamin Asari Babu Juma, I'm telling you.
Uruguay 2010
Cavani ba, Forlani ba, Jabulani ba, Suarez ba. Olele against the world. Olele world covered. Olele world covered. Mane Bray. Ozil shot Bakusan was only the free ponum. Only the free ponum. But when you go back and check how the guy worked, and I am saying this to the current goalkeeper, say, ya man, you know, Mohodi, and you me can't Tizigi, Benjamin Asare, and a Patrick. So, man, to me, I'm back to the occasion. I responded to the kind of little errors. Yani about John Manson Basso. Yes, I never form home. So, me come, me see. The kind of job will lay any answer on the keepers with you. I won't show myself a moon super because you're Pecasa. You're Picasso. I watched Olele and I said the guy was good. The guy was good, yeah. But
also retire when ones were good.
Sana reality.
Okay, controversial.
What you say? It's very controversial. If you baby jet crown, what's one you heard who say, oh, a Kenyan type rubia or the kind of grow. and you just type to be around to Kiempe.
Agreed, but we did. Let me debate it.
Yeah, Benjamin Asare, at this delay. Fear by you because what happened? Every mistake. She, my queen has born up pass a call back in a Zico Kofa, you know. And walk up, silence you. Now, if I walk up on a particular for your mistake, I like you 2 pound 1 do back at home. Every mistake. You bet punish you, say, Michelle goalkeeper, see, you do more qua. No, man, I should say, good. They tell me, I said they have 2 major areas. I thought, I'm repair, but I'm repair. Listen, me, Benjamin Asare. I tell you, many Benjamin Asara come in that crown, we shall say the teacher crosses. Benjamin Asara, many no one, and come in that, and I can say the teacher crosses.
Sorry, now come.
You see, dealing with crosses.
Being so boss, so somewhere was it last week, and I said, I said, born free, either flank a bar.
It's a warrior.
Yeah, a box in my when I say issue, but minimum say, oh, yeah, away.
Maybe, yeah, Asara, uncle. I think this is very poor in angles. Sabono tola in a chair. At least give a PR. One macrack. I can take you back to the AFCON. What the best call 2002 World Cup. And we have this 2022. And to me, you back over started. Oh, shit, is gear fashion to Mr. 101 PR. We are doomed. Benjamin sorry, show a lot of nervousness. The speed in your upper Koshe FIFA. I wanted the card about. Ko check it on only 30%, you know, in speed. FIFA in the card number. Oh, and the rating, do that 30 no in speed. Opa ko check it. Now show that ratings. Said was one him. Michelle speed now say, oh, and now understand the movement from the line to all several area situations. He doesn't come. On the house of the Samates, on the punchy strike and it's and a penalty. Ghana and the Comoros, one piano about 2 pound now, one head the bono. On training grounds, on we blaster training grounds, one video, or piano mistake, a head the bono to Nechi. I have that video. You serious? Our name will say one about 2. At least gives you a very, very bad 1-on-1 angles on it. On your piano, so a piece. Nimi, keep us with me. Yow. And yes, oh, whoa, and Mamma, I saw my fully.
Confinement to me.
Myself fully low.
I was say one was a day.
We're that.
I didn't be one guy says, oh, no, my job, my area.
News say. National Sports Supporters Union. Me from Nassau. No more Babayara Stadium Shop 15.
Okay.
Na emisene wasanka walk up no mutimi kobi. Na wa woni said ye mukuta ticket kana kwa embassy kra etimi pia wodi kosi chense chema okwa wo ma. Na to wa manone na say all struggle to get some of the tickets ni bia. Omo obi available abetima from na.
I said the omo toy na.
Omo
visa.
Omo visa.
Or ton genuine ticket. When you black market
and I think we are manone for no crown I will say emo.
And some no more US.
US.
To say be our US. Na ticket no nya bin toy now
be so expensive.
I said a boarding.
It will be to my friend number with 0244 815-106 0244 815-106 on the chairman Anthony Kwame Boateng. This offer now because now no be texting me. I think I'm watching 5 or 6. The guy is in Canada. And also you take it in a copy. Be
on Steve Yonkwe.
Yeah, our friend is all made you man. Top rep your Africa.
Morocco for Gaza so much abaku actually. Later no more flight from Mano.
I'm about back.
Na US they look as on the World Cup go be.
I said the world is seeing this. I am there.
Very frustrating.
Acquire any other country.
So busy like
the Western media, they have a mobile cover developments around it. They say England for training base.
I come here, I feel the water must here. No, I feel the water must here. Now,
Nippon 9 people leave.
Oh, Mukromo de Donkey BS. I come after the water mass here. What to an ear?
May have a whole crowd go home. Meda. May Medao. Fancy, Debbie. Soon as. Ah, Game Pagana. Hey.
Yes,
o to on crowd obi a on kokon obi a na pe.
Ya mo try ahwe, ya no mo try.
Omo try there. Omo ko potri kwa we.
Omo
try there. Potri kwa bi ani man table omo try.
Ma me fo papa, me ha me ho. Me srel.
Still yes. We started out of balance a new team. I bet you obviously England based. So let me say, all drive from her quad. I could be a tour to any pana. Pens or bet me crown and Tiago.
I heard it. So come go Uruguay.
I no more Travis a tour
around who back say. But I emotional also got therapy. I cried. So I'm a more couple.
And you
very unfortunate to hear of Blasters game now. I cancelled. But yeah. Only last time I need to can many nyagene.
I don't look around almost so born now. I almost in the near.
The reason crowd Blasters into Minje tournament because of poor goalkeeping.
But they say for us way
from on one.
On only or more benina. Okay, Razak Brahma Benyano.
Spider-Man.
You who brutal. Or no, you don't call final. You see, you tournament in the Drew baby, you need your goalkeepers. You need them to step up. Penalty in the baby a Drew yeno. Even Jabulan is a free kick now Fulano crowd share up to now, only no issue. You could have done now boy the mom 3 months before World Cup no. Into be a more free kick award training grounds who's this is how it goes. See them my baby, but why made 2 exceptional new my DJ tournament. The reason intimate your competition, goalkeeping, and so can and keepers on my baby na Obian show BBA cheze or baby be a boy. So I
walk up.
Oh no,
I think Kwarasi. Within that frame of time. No, I mean, before 2000 is me cat time only lemo buy a coy more than a pre goalkeeper said there as a Brahma Munina buy. Adam Kwarasi. Bono Kawantimi uncle walk up in the my.
I was also there.
Oh, Kwarasi, I
so we be fat towel. So Diana's a ponko dinechi. I don't know. Oh, I never reported. Okay, I said a coach, you know. Obeka coach na ga say
Plavi Stefanovic o say you call company adwun ho ye nuru
unse o mo be keka nsem bebre no ze ne tawo be fa
mo wini dia ntwe but idea
yeah so Blasters issues no na me hope say nka ye benya game
more time me nya one other game bank am pe
na nka very important
at the time nso aben
time na be but I mean, Nindy Honduras. Honduras, they are some now.
That's that you are someone pity me no more behind closed doors now. Yeah.
On Abrofono clubs and they are say ha we friends here jai BB bono. I think say in Kobasa. It looks more like another game. But if a bit me another good omen, we can have more time to analyze other opposition and then correct our own mistakes. Maybe ministers Ako Philadelphia. OBGDA and discuss it. OBGDA and discuss it. Let's hope say a bit me in a way. You penny, you per se a cow, you check or walk up on him. You per se Blasters no more demono. Boys, no, it's me a baby because say Ghana ni GDA. Wow, Blasters come Nikwazo Bufu up to the semi-finals. But the reality, yes, the reality is that your performance and then minister feels say as part of a new mobile Albania Lakano. Sorry, them could reach the moon.
As part of the ritual. Ritual also on Chesabi.
Yes.
Who could trap Mojankwa, only Pabia also cry. Ubumo will say, Miss Refrim Password, Jesus Metanase Kakran Sana.
Yeah.
Meaning I part of daily ritual. Ah, we.
Yes, indeed.
So, me feel say for the good purposes.
The minister, Wontumi criticizing, oh, yes, sir, you will not be.
No.
I GDA a channel say, Uncle Yamifi. No, no domination and come on. It's a lack for the Blasters. Any games?
Come say there are some Ombeko chief imam also.
Oh, what the every for credit can't call you
can't chief imam.
I very important.
So funny being so empire so better. Very necessary.
It's Nipa when you know bomb pie and a crisis. So media, you can just imagine.
That's right. Oh, madam say now easy. Boko there.
The great man will be fine.
Okay. yɛni nkɔmmɔ yi.
Good. Yɛde nkyia kɛseɛ bɛfiri yɛnkyia wɔ teamfoɔ ne wɔhwɛfoɔ ne speakers platform. Dabi ameka ɔmo ni hɔ a yɛni hɔ. Ɔmo ne ma show no yɛ completely nice and very beautiful.